Welcome to another installment of Tag Me In, where the triple threat brain trust to tag over the good, the bad, and everything in between in the world of professional wrestling. I, of course, am the unofficially official Lip Bizzle, joined with none other than the less than stealthy unicorn himself, ScooterRay, aka Mr. ScooterRay.
Hey, because once you think you reach the pinnacle, you still haven't reached the ScooterRay. Still more to go.
Like, you thought you were on top. No.
Yeah, if you thought you were on top, look up.
ScooterRay.
And of course, the heartthrob of the IWC, Mr. Jaeger Bombastic. So fantastic. Shotzi made her way back to get back to the tag titles. Hopefully to get those straps back.
So she can put a strap to me. But anyways, this is just as long as the strap's not on. Just as long as the strap is not on. Hold on a second. That went in two different directions very quickly. Anyway,
Oh my God.
Special guest, because I'm sure he's gonna make a noise or two. Loki, who is
Loki.
now woken up from the nap, so doesn't know what to do.
Oh man, this week had seemed somewhat uneventful until like the later half, where news just dropped and dropped and dropped. And I would be amazed if Scoot had all the scoops of this week, because it was a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah,
I got some. I don't know if I got them all. But let's start with, I guess, some good news. July 16th.
Oh, the day before my birthday. Look at that.
WWE is back on the road.
Not sure how I feel about that.
But not only back on the road, but Friday, July 16th, SmackDown will be in Houston.
You know, it's funny because I had mentioned this earlier in the day that WWE is always trying to be the first on something. Like, and it's funny because Houston seems to always be that go-to spot, because if you think about 9/11,
Always.
the first SmackDown after 9/11 was here in Houston. There was something else that happened where they ended up coming here. I forgot what it was. I don't know if it was Raw or SmackDown, but then now we got this. So yeah, I feel like we're the guinea pigs now.
I think it's pretty apropos, or maybe it's just tradition.
And that Sunday, Money in the Bank will be in Dallas.
Oh, okay.
So
it's in Dallas. I'm not interested.
I'm the same way. I just kind of want to go to Money in the Bank.
That's the same thing I have too.
That.
I just don't want to go to Dallas. You know, sorry.
Like I've got a pay-per-views in Austin. I've got a pay-per-views in San Antonio. I've had pay-per-views here. But Dallas, I'm just like, something about that extra. Something about that extra hour to drive, and then and then the fact that I've, like, two different occasions that I've been to Dallas, I've almost been run over on those same two different occasions. Like, I don't need it. Yeah, exactly. Dallas don't like me, so.
Shit.
It's no love lost.
Then.
However, if we are doing a trip, we can do this.
I'm thinking about it. I am thinking about it.
That's a good ponder.
It is.
So I mean, I guess that's somewhat good news. Did any of you fellas happen to catch WrestleMania Backlash?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I won't even. I'm not even gonna feel bad about saying no.
I mean,
actually, you know what?
The
pay-per-view was not bad.
You told me that, and I'm still like, yeah, that.
Understandable.
Yeah. I mean, I caught it the next day because, of course, with Peacock not being able, I hate if it's on live and I miss it, I have to wait. So I just waited to the next day, and luckily, I had seen like a little snippet about the zombie, so I was like, okay, I know what match I'm skipping. On top of that, it was one that I would have skipped anyway because we've already seen this iteration of a match on Raw that's been going on. Damian Priest has been in this complete revolving door of Miz and Morrison ever since the whole Bad Bunny situation, and
unfortunate
justice for Damian Priest
already.
Because the thing is, he could have easily stayed in NXT if this was going to happen. He probably would have been. Yeah. He could have been feuding with Cross right now.
True. I just thought about. They're not giving him the love or the respect that we are giving him. It's just as simple as that. It's just that they didn't see him as somebody. They saw him as somebody to bring Bad Bunny in and also pull up from NXT so we can give him to the main roster mediocrity.
Yeah.
And
he'd be a good addition. He's a definite good addition to Raw. They're just using him completely wrong.
Right.
Yes. But I will second Scoot's sentiment and say that it wasn't a bad show. Like I didn't have any problems with it. A lot of the matches were really good. Some things I could have done without the whole Mysterios in the tag match. Just a lot of that kind of just bugged me.
That's a nice moment.
It is. Don't get me wrong. It is. It would have been nicer if it wasn't so set up.
Yeah.
Fair.
It seemed pretty obvious that Dominic and Ray were going to win.
True.
Absolutely. They even went to the whole trope of Dominic getting jumped in the back, and he had to come out mid-match to help Ray.
Oh no.
Yeah. They even bit into that trope. So
even the women's triple threat for the Raw Women's Championship wasn't a bad match. I'm not going to shit on Charlotte at this point just for the match because she is a good in-ring competitor, but she didn't take the pin.
Exactly.
She did not. But that's it. Huh?
Did you think she was?
I knew she wasn't, but thing is, I was hoping, I was just hoping that they would prove me wrong.
Wisens up at some point, yeah.
But it's not the case, and
see, you're talking about Charlotte too much because Loki's over here reacting. Hey, we don't like her either, bud. We don't like her either, bud.
To go back to the zombies aspect, there's been, of course, some talk. Jericho threw his shots in, talking about, hey, this set the wrestling business back 30 years.
Thank you. Because
that was my immediate reaction too.
I didn't know Jericho had chimed in on that, but I did, because that was my sentiment as well. When I was like, wait a minute, y'all just literally said this about AEW, saying that they set the business back 30 years, yet y'all got these zombies walking around. Like, how do you explain that afterward? Like, you can at least explain like the crash pad for Jericho. Yeah, it was stupid, but they didn't try to suspend disbelief outside of commentary saying that it was concrete. Like, we know. But to say, okay, yeah, these are zombies, like, again, there's only so much disbelief you can suspend,
WWE
when you talk about.
No, go ahead. Finish it up. Finish your thoughts.
No, you're good. Just when you talk about like the Fiend or the Undertaker, like you can get like at that point, it's just like, okay, it's for the entertainment, it's a spectacle. But it's just like I said with the whole Cameron Grimes and Dexter Lumis cinematic match. Yep, it was cool until they actually got into the ring, and then you had the whole zombie thing going on. It's like that's where you lose me at. So yeah, I just
like my visual.
Also, you mentioned him, Bray Wyatt chimed in and was like, hey, y'all miss me yet? # zombies.
No. That's pretty on the nose.
Batista he chimed in because somebody added him talking about, hey, zombies, like what are you like what's going on? And he was like,
Yeah, bro, I ain't been
I
in the
didn't
business.
book the match. He was like, I didn't book the match. He said, do you think I'll actually book zombies? He said, shouldn't you be talking to Vince McMahon? I'm on a plane right now.
Right.
Right.
And now the unfortunate part of all of that, and it sucks because it was a throwaway match. The Miz tore his ACL.
Wait,
You
the
see,
Miz finally got in. I mean, let me not say finally because that sounds bad. He
So
for the first time. Yeah.
No, but
wow.
And it happened
that's
to
what
be
I
his
heard, that they had to cover him with zombies in to begin with, was because like he had an injury and they were like, shit, we got to still finish this match. So,
So his first major injury, unfortunately, came in the sense of a throwaway match.
That really sucks for Damian Priest too, because he could have actually had a match, and
yeah. He could have had a legit match with John Morrison, like a serious, hey, these have title implication or opportunity like type match, you know, where John Morrison was actually fucking serious. Now, granted, this whole situation could be a blessing in disguise for Morrison now that Miz is going to be on the shelf for a little bit.
True.
So,
oh god, I can see this angle going into their Miz and Mrs. show already. He's just gonna be like laid up on their couch or some shit. Anyways,
hey, more content for them.
Exactly.
Shouts out to Cesaro. That was his first one-on-one main event match on a pay-per-view.
I enjoyed that match.
Yeah. Like especially
the main event. Okay.
That's what I said. Like Cesaro turned purple when Roman had that guillotine on him. Like he was purple. His head was purple. Like it was scary to see that. And you know, real talk, shouts out to Drew, Bobby, and Strowman because it was a big man match, but
yeah,
they actually duked it out. They actually fought
did
that match. There was a slight interesting exchange between Sasha Banks and Alexa Bliss. Because you know Sasha, I don't think has been on the TV since WrestleMania. And
I think she was on SmackDown after Mania.
Yeah, okay. And then she posted a picture of her in her WrestleMania gear, and it was like, "Show me the way to the darkness" or something like that.
No, don't do that.
And Bliss commented, and I forgot what Bliss had said, but it led to Sasha saying, "Let me in." So I don't know if it's going to lead anywhere, but
it feels like a revival attempt. Like I think it's going stale, and I think they're involving Sasha to try and bring some more life into it. However, could be a good angle, could go well. So
this intrigues me in more ways than one, mainly because of the work shoot heat that Sasha and Alexa have.
Yes.
And the dynamic between these two and this has some intrigue on my part. So I'm like, hopefully this isn't something that's going to crash and burn. And if it is actually something legit, I'm willing to give it a shot, especially if it's going to breathe life into the women's tag division. I'm for it.
I'd be down to see Sasha and Alexa Demon tag champs, but
all right, people. So I know what y'all been waiting for. And let's go ahead and just get to the shits.
Rip the Band-Aid off.
There was some NXT talent released. We had Vanessa Bourne, Jessamine Duke, Jake Clemens, EJ Naduka, Kavita Devi, Skylar Story, Alexander Wolf, and Drake Wirtz, which was that referee. And to be perfectly honest with you, we really don't get political and things like that on this podcast. But so long, Drake. So long.
Yeah.
You was being mad problematic, and I'm surprised they kept you around this long. So long.
Mm-hmm. Especially when people have been gone for less.
Yeah, you know. Now, of course, that also led to the big name that was announced last night, and it was the one Patrick Clark, aka Velveteen Dream.
Yeah, confirmed it on his Twitter too.
Oh, he did.
Fellas, how do we feel that the dream is officially over?
Well, before I get into the whole dream aspect, I will say this, because me watching the match between Alexander Wolf and Killian Dane, and then watching Alexander Wolf get kicked out of Imperium, I didn't think that this led to him being fired or anything like that.
Me too.
But it was a surprise that because I seen the list of people and he wasn't on there until I seen the list yesterday where it was announced that he was actually one of the ones that was fired too.
Oh no, he was the first name I saw.
Really? Wow.
I saw his name early Tuesday. Him and Vanessa Bourne were like the first two I saw.
Any relation to Matt Sydal there?
I don't know.
Formerly known as, Evan Bourne.
I don't know. I don't know if they're going that route with Vanessa.
I just didn't know if that was like if that was a relation thing. I was like, Bourne, but Evan, anyway.
That's interesting though with Alexander Wolf, because then he actually got a legit write off.
He got a send off. Yeah, that was a nice send off.
Yeah.
So good, good on that. Good on that for him. I mean, it sucks for him being let go. But now the important shit, Velveteen Dream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the important shit.
I don't know, man. It's like I wish we actually had some clarification as to what happened, because there's so much hearsay, and it's hard to want to wish someone the best if they don't deserve it. Now of course in certain cases, like I would hope that if this is the case and he did do the accusatory things, that I hope that he does get the help that he needs and he gets better and then learns from it and then grows from it. But if this is the case where it's a bunch of hearsay and it may not be true, then it sucks that somebody with such with promising potential that he was let go, because speaking just in this manner of him not being the accused, it's a waste for them to lose that, because he could have easily gone to the main roster and breathed life into the main roster with his character, and he could have learned so much more to where he could have flourished in the company, because he has nothing but time ahead of him.
Well, the first thing I said to my brother, especially with the time ahead of him, I did say, with him being 24, any issue, if he decides to stay with wrestling, any issues he's having now, it can blow over a few years and he'll be okay.
Yeah.
Like, it'll be okay. And then, but then my brother and I was also talking, and it led to that it was like, obviously, that issue must have been a big issue.
Yeah.
For them to have been on the fence about what to do with him for this long, yes.
Well, not even only that, but Austin Theory is still there. And he has similar allegations.
Yeah.
So, obviously,
I keep forgetting about Austin Theory. I'm not going to lie.
Because somebody did call it out and was like, hey, let's be fair here. Austin Theory did have the same allegations, and he's still there.
Yeah.
So, obviously, whatever truly happened with Velveteen Dream in that situation, obviously, it must be proven too true or something in that realm for WWE to be like, you know what?
Yeah.
We're not going to just risk it. We're going to just go ahead and just cut you. So
I got to say, though, they're starting to make a track record.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if you start letting Austin Theory slide, then you got to wonder, like, hey, what the hell with Rich Swann? Or with Velveteen Dream? Or with anybody else?
Especially in Rich Swann's case. That was...
I mean, Rich Swann is an extreme case. I'll admit that.
It was extreme. But it was very... I think sometimes, because remember, it did happen with Emma. Remember with Emma or
Tennille Dashwood.
Tennille Dashwood. Now, remember, they said that she so-called stole from Walmart. She was fired immediately.
And what at Walmart?
Wait. You never know about this?
No.
Back when Emma or Tennille was still on NXT, when she was still doing that goofy
whatever the hell that was.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. She was on SmackDown then, I think. This was before she went back to NXT and rebranded herself. But she got fired because they so-called said she was stealing from a Walmart. And she was fired like almost immediately. And then it was proven it wasn't her, and they hired her back immediately.
What?
Yeah.
But you know what? See, Emma could have been like groundwork for their investigative process, if I'm gonna like give it anything, because now look at it. Because they held on to Dream for a while. They held on. They I don't even know if Austin Theory is apparently fine because he's getting like TV time all over the place. So
he's in a whole stable.
Yeah. So albeit he's comic relief, but shit, he's killing that.
He's still there. He's still collecting the paycheck.
Yep. Oh, WWE, you got to start treading. You got to start mixing some things in there if you're gonna start firing people more for allegations.
Well, Dream can always go to Impact.
You know what? I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility he goes to AEW.
It all depends. I think a lot of his stuff still depends on that case.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think anybody's gonna touch him until like that shit gets resolved.
Yes.
So I think he's just gonna sit on his ass and maybe collect some royalties if he even has any, and then get back to work.
I can see that.
Yeah, Tony Khan would have to be the one to vouch for it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because Tony Khan, it's like you can almost take his word as gospel for the most part, because he is very genuine, and I know he's very, very thorough with these allegations and everything. So I think if Dream did end up going to AEW, then I would probably believe that everything was A-okay. Now if he goes to Impact, then shit's still going to be up in the air, because Impact is going to take whoever the fuck they can.
Speaking of Impact, and we're kind of talking about Impact, they released a trailer to Slammiversary this year. And Slammiversary is going to be in July. And last year, because even in the promo, they played audio from a news source about, when they cut all those people last year. And they were talking about how our sport changed, or Impact changed forever. Well, they did the same thing. They teased the fact that people could come back to Impact, or maybe people might show up to Impact. And of course, Samoa Joe was teased. Somebody compiled a screenshot list of some of the others.
Yep. Daniel Bryan, probably both of the Forgotten Sons, if not one of them, and then the Iconics.
Yeah, that's the Iconics, yeah. And then Bullet Club, is that what I saw there too? You already got Bullet Club there, but that's just involving I guess that would be more official Japanese Bullet Club instead of what we have with the Elite.
Probably. Hold up,
I would
Scoot.
love
We can't hear you.
Are you talking? No, we can't hear you.
My bad. I accidentally hit the mic and it went in. So I don't know. I can see the Iconics, I guess, going, especially since Impact does have their women's tag team division.
Would be nice to see Peyton with her hubby.
I don't know about Samoa Joe, because we'll see. He was very vocal against Impact back in the day. I really don't see Daniel. If Daniel shows up, that would surprise the hell out of me.
Oh, I see Tony Khan throwing all the money at Daniel.
Yeah. So yeah.
I mean, after 90 days, but yeah.
Yeah, Brian either goes to AEW or New Japan. I don't, or possibly Ring of Honor. But those are the only three possibilities that I see him at.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's just, I don't see Brian going to Impact in this. Like, that's a 0% chance in my book.
Wherever Brian goes, if it's within the trifecta that right now is Impact, AEW, and New Japan, I need and like I'm talking about Invader Zim. I have a mighty need to see Zack Sabre Jr. versus Daniel Bryan.
Well, see, that's the thing, because we won't see that anytime soon. Because Zack Sabre Jr. I'm just playing. We would see that pretty soon.
I mean, we didn't cover something.
Well, we didn't cover that.
Yeah.
Yes, Will Ospreay.
You want to hit it? Yeah.
It has been injured, and he has had to vacate his titles.
Yep.
That
Ospreay 2 belts. Well, no, I forgot.
They unified it. It looks weird, but they unified it.
I forgot. It's
Power Ranger belt.
It's the Nightmare Family World title.
It definitely looks like a Nightmare Family tattoo. It definitely looks like that.
The Nightmare Family Japanese World title.
Oh god. What is the official name for it?
I don't know. I think it's the IWGP Heavyweight Championship.
I thought. I mean, that's what the original name was. Before they united it with the Intercontinental, I don't even know what it is anymore. Just maybe the IWGP World Championship. I don't know.
I think so.
Anyways,
yeah. So I guess somebody had posed the question of, is it going to be the same old people we see, or they might try to get some new stars to go for the world title?
New stars? Who are we thinking?
I really don't know, because I haven't watched New Japan in a minute, so I couldn't.
Yeah, I'm not too sure on who's in the relevant picture, but I mean, I know that if we were talking about people that are always there, we're talking like Naito, we're talking. I don't know if I want to say Tanahashi, because now he's kind of taken Kota into like mentorship.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it'd be funny to see Naito like take that belt after it's been unified.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know who would make the most sense at this point.
You know what? It would. I'm pushing Naito again, but it would be awesome to see him do the disrespectful angle to the belt the way he did for the Intercontinental title.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he just had.
Just treat it like trash, slam it all over the place, like drag it through the freaking stands and all that. Yeah.
He might get praised for it this time.
That's what I'm saying, because it's an ugly ass belt.
Or maybe Tama Tonga gets a nice little push.
That'd be well deserved.
It would. I mean, loyalty should always be rewarded.
100%.
But I mean, hey.
Oh, hey guys. Everybody's favorite ex-WWE star is back at it again.
Jericho?
And I'm talking about Ryback.
Oh no.
Oh man.
Did he finally put out a questionnaire that didn't involve retire?
No, retire was still on there.
Oh my god.
So the final poll number.
Oh my gosh.
It had AEW at 14%. WWE/NXT at 46%. Impact, Impact at 5%, and Retire at 33%.
Well, at least people are giving him a real answer this time.
So that was the thing. So his ass.
No.
Thank you to everyone who voted. But as stated yesterday, the vote didn't reach 50,000 votes and has been deemed void by the PPP public polling policy. This has been
Is that a real thing?
How about I said, this does not sound real at all.
This has been frustrating, but we will get it right in time. Thank you to our poll sponsor. So apparently, he wants at least 50,000 people to vote on this. And for some reason, he's really taking it serious of whatever the quote unquote people decide.
I'm not taking this serious at all. However, I want to know what the first poll, like how many people voted on the first poll. Or did he take that down?
I think he probably took them all down.
Damn it. Because now I'm curious to see how many people gave a shit at first, you know?
Because I know
that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Actually, you know what? While we discussing, I'll investigate to see, and we can, and I'll just chime it back in whenever.
Like I feel like every time he puts up the new poll, it's just gonna be less and less people voting on it.
I think honestly, I think that's what was happening. I think less and less people stopped voting.
I see the second time around more people voting, but after that, it's like, okay, we had our fun. Bye.
Like, yeah, we're legit done with this.
Exactly.
But yeah, I really don't care if you ever grace my TV screen again, right back. So
right back. I don't need
me. And I mean, granted, I don't care if you can beat me up. I don't care what you call me. I don't care to see you back on my TV in a wrestling capacity. Sorry, you overrated mother. But yeah. So there you go.
Sorry, I got the push notification, but it looks like Abaddon and Ty Conti and Lee Johnson are going to be on Elevation on Monday. So,
oh, we're going to get another Jaeger's Elevation evaluation.
You goddamn right.
But I guess we can go ahead and discuss it. Former WWE and NXT champion Andrade will officially fight Kenny Omega for the AAA title August 14th.
Good shit.
And that's 3 days before my birthday. Huh.
So it will be going down August 14th on pay-per-view. That's all. I mean, we'll talk about the AEW before AEW, but that's all my WWE. Shouts out to the missus for supplying some of these stories, you know.
Oh,
thanks, Ash.
And everything.
So right. Thank you.
And when we talk about NXT, there's something I gotta address and get off my chest with NXT. When we get there, we get there.
We don't get there.
There was some definite intrigue in that one. Well,
yeah,
NXT
definite
was not a bad show.
No, it was not.
It was good story stuff. It was good in-ring stuff. Some stuff I could have done without, but I mean, for the most part, that's always every show. But it started off good, and that's with Zoe Stark and Toni Storm.
I love that she led with that hip thrust though into the steps.
Yo, it was definitely Tony time.
I wouldn't have minded. Wouldn't have minded being Zoe Stark through that match.
I mean Zoe though too.
But, I mean it's Tony time.
It was Tony time. It was definitely Tony time. And not only was it Tony time, but just go ahead and let's just the highlight of the match.
You know what? Before you get into that, I just found out that this cup is the perfect. It has a perfect saying right there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Just so you know, Voodoo Queen Daiquiri spot, good fucking spot if you all want like frozen drinks. Bam. And it's got butts on the cup, and they let you keep the cups. So, anyways. Shameless plug.
Yeah, this
did y'all see that finisher though?
Yo, what the fuck was that? That was awesome.
Like, I've literally watched this finisher about 30 times, and I finally seen what happens.
Okay.
the little.
You're gonna make me go back onto the show to watch this, but
I mean, hold on. I mean, depending on if the video will play, I got the clip.
Yeah. So, speaking of which, see, I would actually put the clip on there.
Oh yeah.
See,
people be jealous.
I said it was probably gonna be AEW that would have hit me with the copyright.
No,
it was not. It was WWE that hit me with the copyright claim for the referee stuff. Because if anybody watched it, you would see that clip for the referee was not there.
Yeah. So trash, big trash. So I won't show Tony Storm's new finisher.
No, you can't get this on your phone. You're fine.
Oh yeah, you're right. So let's see how good it'll show up on the phone. Hold on, let it go. So if you look at the fact that she flips her,
what the fuck, man?
But in the process of her flipping her, she rotates herself into a DDT,
which is crazy.
So
I'm trying to get to it right now. And by the way, I'm digging that new outfit on Tony.
Yes, she flips it to a DDT. Now,
this is the
WWE NXT was like, "Hey, name this finisher." I called it the Storm Warning.
Ooh.
I called it that.
Storm Warning. No, you wouldn't call it a tropical storm.
I called it the Storm Warning. She posted it on her Instagram, and if she used the name she used for the caption, I think that would be beautiful. Because her caption simply said, "Enjoy your nap."
Oh, the nap.
No, enjoy your nap.
Enjoy your nap. Oh, full on.
Enjoy your nap would be a great name for that too.
I'm getting right to it, and I'm trying to find it before she takes that. Oh, damn it. There we go. I'm watching it. Oh, it's gorgeous to see her pull up.
Yes. Because
still though, what the fuck involved?
Because when she hit that Storm Zero and Zoe kicked out, I was like, well, looks like Zoe's gonna win.
Yeah.
But when she hit that, I was like,
yeah.
And that's always a good setup when like they hit a move and they kick out and you think that's it, just to debut that's the best way to debut a new finisher.
Yes.
That's like such a honestly, the more you look at it, the easier it comes off though, because it's just like a backbreaker, but then she just turns it into like a DDT. Or maybe even, or if you want to call it that, yeah. It's honestly, I stopped it right in the middle, like when they're both in air. But reminds me of Mox's paradigm shift. But like it goes in from a backbreaker into a paradigm shift is what it looks like. But damn,
I love
hell of a move. Yeah, no, it's fantastic.
So I we do this every now and then. Tony Storm, an unnamed finisher.
Thank you, Tony.
I have to give it to you.
We gotta
it was a great match. But to see that finisher and to see it just out of nowhere, and the thing is that like after she hit it, it happened so fast that I was like, that couldn't be it. But then when they showed the replay, I was like, what the fuck did I just witness?
I think it's more so when you see that rotation, that second rotation from her, is when it like clicks and it's like, oh shit. Yeah, and I think the more she ends up doing it, the more it's going to come off, and the more it's going to end up looking like the Eclipse, like the effect that the Eclipse has when Ember does it. I mean, just
you really gotta love Ember's Eclipse, though. That's a great move.
When my brother first told me Ember's finisher, because I guess he was looking her up one time, and when he told me her finisher was a top rope stunner, I was like, what? And when she actually did it, I was like,
that was almost my reaction
crazy.
For this.
It's crazy because when she does do it, she does it in the shape of a fucking crescent moon, as if there is an eclipse happening, which is
exactly.
So. Shout out for creativity. Amber.
Yes,
good shit.
Yeah.
Good shit. But yeah, Tony went over in spectacular fashion, but that was short-lived because she was interrupted by
Jaeger's
the personification of interruptions by Frankie Monet, who came out just to debut that she was gonna debut next week.
I mean, at least it wasn't in an interview.
Like you gotta love it.
Yeah. And what's crazy, it's a heel interrupting a heel.
Yeah. So it's just double heel work here. Like the fact that she like
no friends.
The fact that she showcased her entrance essentially just to say, hey, I'm gonna have a match next week. I want to see how the dog plays into her matches because we got to know that the dog is going to be, especially when we're going back to live. Like, I want to know, like, is there going to be is your ring person gonna or your bell ringer gonna be like the person that watches the pup?
When does NXT go live again, or go back to with full capacity?
I'm pretty sure they're probably gonna test it out with WWE first, and then from there they'll probably reconfigure the CWC.
Okay.
Yeah, makes sense.
Makes sense. Yeah. After that, we ended up getting a nice little segment with Grimes pulling up to the arena and trying to get Jake Van Atlas, who I didn't realize it was Jake Van Atlas.
Wait. I'm sorry to interrupt you. You know, I'm gonna let you finish. You know, in the words of Kanye, I'm gonna let you finish.
Ooh.
But when he walked by old buddy and he started bowing up at him, and I was like, oh my God, that was Jake Atlas. I was like, wow, Lip was right. Man's is mad vanilla.
See, that's what I was about to say.
I was literally trying to hold on to this much hope. But when he walked past him and threw him the keys, and he was like, well, I'll see you in the ring. I was like, who the fuck is this guy? And then I was like, oh, that was Jake. And not the one from State Farm.
No, they switched him up. They even switched up to Jake from State Farm.
Yeah. Even in his regular clothes, he's fucking vanilla.
I was like, yo, that was Atlas. I'm not gonna be to be perfectly honest. I felt a little bad because I was like, oh my God, he looked mad regular.
Guys, I'm a little offended though because we forgot a little promo here between Legado del Fantasma and.
I mean, they were backstage.
I mean, they had a little confrontation.
Yeah, it was a little something.
A little flavor, little flavor.
I mean, Toothless Timmy with the whole with the nonsense Spanish.
Exactly. That's why I wanted to highlight it because you're just like that. That didn't even make sense, but
he got his point across.
He did get his point across. Which, of course, spoiler alert, that match happened later on, and it was a damn good one, and we'll definitely talk about that.
Let's finish talking about how vanilla old buddy is right quick, though.
Yes.
It's just that forgettable to me.
Like, Jake, I'm sorry. Like,
yeah.
I really didn't want to have to agree with Lip Dizzle on this one, but you looked mad regular, homie.
You gotta fix that.
Like, honestly, like if it wasn't for me kind of like staring, I was like, oh, that was Atlas. Like, fam,
I mean, since I have the show on, I'm running the promo back. He's got the glasses on and all that. He just
he looked mad regular.
Super.
Like seriously, all these extras, he blended in. Like except for the fact that he's got maybe 10 pounds on them in comparison.
Yeah. And that's
wait, you know what? Let's go ahead and just fast forward this right quick. And the fact that he won.
Hold on. He didn't win.
True, it was
he got lucky. He got lucky because he was an extra in the story between DiBiase and Grimesy here.
True. He was Leo Rush.
And see, and this is the thing. Jake Vanatlis was so vanilla. He's so forgettable. He's so forgettable that when DiBiase came out, Grimes forgot that he had a match because the person that was in the ring with him, he didn't realize was an NXT talent. So when he got rolled up, he was like, oh shit, that's right. I'm in a match. Yeah.
I mean,
it happens.
It does. I mean, it's not. I mean, he's been seeing them pretty often, but I mean, it's not every time you see the $1 Million Man just interrupt your match. That kind of takes priority over somebody so vanilla.
Exactly.
As Jake
and you know what?
Just
for Jake Vanatlis, just to show that we got your name on there now. See, there you go. We were going to talk about it later, but we got it out the way now. So there you go. There's your 5 seconds. Now that shit's out there.
How y'all think the Grimes and the $1 Million Man face off gonna go next week?
I really don't want to.
Yeah, I'm with you on that because I want to say the cliche stuff of it would be money, but it's doing the thing. It's doing the thing that Jaeger was worried about in the beginning of how it's going to override its course. Yeah. So unless this goes into something that's actually going to boost up Grimes, it may be forgettable.
That's the only direction I really see this going, because if you listen to Ted DiBiase through it, he's like, you're not the $1 Million Man yet. So it sounds like he's giving him some like negging into that right direction. Like he's doing all this shit to push him to be, hey, you're this guy that's got millions of dollars and whatnot. Be the $1 Million Man then. And he keeps on like showing him. He's like, you're getting there, but you're not the $1 Million Man yet.
So we might end up having something.
Yeah. We could, but it's getting old quick.
Yeah.
All right. So
something that is something that has the potential to get old quick, but is saving itself with the players involved. Is this Cross and Balor situation?
Yes.
You know what? Hold on. Before you continue, what honestly saves WWE and NXT, I'm not going to tell you about NXT because there's never not a time where I was like, I really didn't want a match in NXT. But boy, the promos, the production in the promos make everything just WWE can have the worst feud ever. And their promos to that feud would just be like, yo, do I really want to see Lucha House Party versus insert other tag team here? Like that promo, man. Like, whoo. Like, but yeah.
Exactly what this promo between Cross and Balor was, though.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. Well, let's say it on a bigger scale because shit, it's Cross and Balor.
Yeah, the crazy thing about it is that for me, this is something that I felt like should have been like months away because that's the feel that it had. This didn't feel like it was something that just happened. This felt like time has been, has built up and Cross has gone through all these other people, but yet Balor's still in the fucking shadow. Like, yo, I'm waiting. You got me by this much. Let's run it back and see what happens. I didn't see this shit happening like his very next fucking defense.
Yeah, no, he should have had 2 or 3 for sure.
That's what I'm wondering. What's next for Balor? Because it does feel fast tracked.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, are they planning on moving him back to the main roster?
I mean, he's gonna lose to Cross again, right?
The disapproval in that look you just gave, Lip.
It's only because, man, it's because you look at situations like with Priest, and you look at situations with Raw where it's like just bad decisions have been made. Like if he goes to SmackDown, cool, no problem at all. But going to Raw, because that's pretty much where they're going to put him, because they're going to want him to be the badass of Raw. And with what they did with Retribution, what they did with the Hurt Business, what they did with McIntyre, what they did with Ricochet, like everything. The only thing they're doing right now outside of Bobby Lashley is the New Day.
Wait. I'm sorry. They got Ricochet wrestling in jeans, my guy.
Hey, what?
Ricochet has been wrestling in jeans.
Like Dean Ambrose?
Kinda. Like, well, they're black jeans, but he's wrestling in jeans. Like, what is happening?
Disrespect. I mean, that's what happens when you get caught, doing things you shouldn't, putting your fingers where they shouldn't be. I don't know. But Ricochet, it sucks all these people that they're treating so poorly.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm excited for the match. I mean,
true.
I hate that I know that Cross is going to win.
You see, that's where I'm hung up. Is like, if Cross wins, yes, that's the question, is where the fuck does Balor go back to? But what if Cross loses?
It's going to be a shock win, and it's going to be a waste of Cross being champ, because you could have just kept the title on Balor.
True.
But what happens with every champ that loses, though, or most champs that lose?
Oh, he's definitely going to the main roster. Because there'd be no reason for him to be in NXT.
Exactly.
At all. So unless this is a way to fast track Cross to the main roster,
that's what I'm thinking.
Balor's losing.
I'm just prepared for either outcome is where I'm at with it.
I get that because it makes sense. Of course, Grimes and Atlas was after this, but that doesn't matter because that was all said and done. But what was next was, at that point in time for me, I didn't realize I was watching Alexander's Wolf last match on NXT.
Right.
Yeah. And look, I'm gonna just cut right to it, because I mean the match in itself really doesn't matter. What mattered is the end result, which him having the beatdown done on him by Imperium, and him basically being kicked out. Which, I mean, you kind of seen it happening, but to me, I personally didn't see it happening until Walter was the one to like pull the trigger on it.
Yeah, Walter was the one to give the signal.
Yeah. So that's why it kind of threw me off. But at the same time, even when I seen it, I was like, nah, this kind of looks like he about to get the beat down. Mm-hmm. And sure enough, it came with the quickness, and he got sent on his way in more ways than one. So yeah, that sucks.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, it does suck that at the end, in retrospect, that was his last match in WWE at the moment. Because I mean, he could come back later, but
true.
But yeah, that does suck that was the send off to Alexander Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm saying is, I know he has to wait out his 30 days, but I can if he's staying in America, I can possibly see him reuniting with Eric Young in Impact.
I
can join EY's faction.
So I think the $1 million question is, does Imperium get another member?
Yes. If Walter's going to stay in the UK for now, and Eichner and Martel staying here, somebody's gonna join. Who? I don't know, but somebody's joining.
Okay. Well then.
Hell, to be perfectly honest with you, there's somebody we didn't even consider who could potentially join Imperium. Ridge Holland should be getting back soon.
I completely forgot about Ridge Holland.
And he just came to mind. He just came to mind.
That would be an addition.
Yeah, Ridge Holland should be back soon. So
interesting.
Yeah.
I look forward to his return to see what the fuck happens, because that could be somebody that Cross goes against if Cross retains.
Yeah.
And somebody that could possibly be somewhat believable.
Yes.
But that aside, we got to get into something that I didn't expect was going to happen. Because you see, the fuck Ever Rise camp.
Whoa. Okay, for weeks and weeks, you've been on this fuck Ever Rise campaign. Mackenzie Scott, or is it Mackenzie Mitchell? Mackenzie Mitchell, Scott, one of the two. Mackenzie has been officially indoctrinated into your fuck Ever Rise. Cameron
Grimes, absolutely.
And then Jaeger with his comments last week. All I'm gonna say is there room for one more?
Oh, always, especially, and I know why, Scoot. I know why you're saying that.
You two motherfuckers, how dare y'all have the gall to interrupt HB Coda and Big Mommy Cool? You had the nerve to bring your two goofy face asses with your dumb little coffee mugs that somebody just made for y'all and interrupt the champ? You dare to be in the presence of the champ? The closest y'all will ever get to a title? The fuck wrong with y'all? How dare y'all? How dare y'all even want to be in the aura of greatness? You interrupt Dakota Kai and the NXT Women's Champion Raquel Gonzalez for some goofy shit that y'all want to plug that nobody absolutely gives a fuck about? What the fuck is wrong with you two fucking goofs?
I timed my return poorly, but let me be the first one to welcome you, Scoot, to the fuck Ever Rise camp.
All I'm saying is, the closest y'all will ever be to a champion or to a championship title, don't let Raquel be the one y'all interrupt. I'm glad she smacked fire out your ass. Like, fuck wrong with y'all? Both of them ladies sitting there looking all good and everything, and y'all gonna come stroll y'all little ass in there. Don't you want to talk to? Fuck off my TV, Ever Rise. Fuck wrong with y'all? I tried to shoot y'all some bail, Chase Parker, Matt Martell. Matt Martell, you deserve to get knocked.
Oh, you remember their name.
You deserve to get knocked in your goofy ass face, Martell. And they're talking about, did my cup break? Man, fuck your cup. How about that? Fuck your little mug. Fuck your mug, fuck your merch, fuck your shirt, fuck your poster, fuck your little Ever Rise Live, fuck all that shit. How dare y'all come into the presence of Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai while they having an interview? What, y'all think y'all Frankie Monet now? The fuck wrong with y'all? All right, that was my rant. It's over with. Look, yeah, y'all got it.
If I had a big helping of gratification cake, I clearly couldn't take another bite because I'm just so full of the deliciousness of being right. And for the fuck Ever Rise camp to get not only Dakota Kai, But the NXT Women's Champion, we got gold in the camp.
You got gold in the camp.
You see,
it's got to be a nice feeling.
Oh, it's a nice feeling. Now I'll tell you this. I'll tell you what wasn't a nice feeling, because there was a moment, and I hate that Scoot threw this out in the ether. When that Ever Rise Live sign popped up, I seen them fingers, and I was like, I swear to God, if that's Malcolm Bivens,
oh no,
I'm gonna lose my shit. But it wasn't, or at least
you still got a fan in me. You still have a fan in me, Malcolm. I still fucks with you.
So,
but
head popping out from under fucking like doctor's table, not doctor's table, patient sitting. No, creepy ass dude. No, like you've been waiting there just for the first person to get injured. You're like, all right, son, you want to start winning some matches? You gotta join my camp. Come on over. I know you're creepy.
No. And what the fuck kind of name is Everrise? Like, what the fuck does that even mean?
You doubled back to it.
What does it mean?
No, but seriously, what? Wait, hold on. Everrise means you're just always going up. I don't know. I mean, they're at ground, so they really can't go anywhere but up.
How about you two Canadians go back up to Canada? How about that?
Ooh.
Go from Florida back to Canada.
My joke was leading towards like a pinnacle thing, but no, I like that better.
Yeah. Ride y'all asses back to Canada and stay up there. How dare y'all interrupt Raquel Gonzalez? Did y'all see how Raquel was looking though?
Yo, Raquel though.
And she had to share the screen with them two motherfuckers?
She rightfully displays that back. She has put in some work.
Did y'all see how Dakota Kai was looking?
Yo.
And these two fuckers show up? You know what? I'm going to go ahead and shoot Mackenzie. Did you see how Mackenzie was looking? And these two son of my bitches show up.
You're bringing me back.
Goofy ass mugs. Fuck your mugs.
I'm going back into the show.
You was drinking, or whatever beverage you was drinking.
Whatever shoot beverage, yeah.
You interrupt Raquel and Dakota. HB Coda and Big Mommy Cool.
HB Coda.
What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Jaeger, I'm sorry, but I mean, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Well, Raquel and Dakota got to go against Ember and Shotzi next week.
I mean, they did, but
you know who I'm shooting for. You know who I'm going for.
It's all right, man. Yeah. We can.
Hey,
but it's
I
always
do want to give a shout out to all four ladies though: Raquel, Dakota, Ember, and Shotzi next week. I'm looking forward to that faux show. One thing I'm not looking forward to: any fucking segment Ever Rises ever in again. I hope this is the trend going forward, that somebody starts smacking fire at y'all going forward. If y'all interrupt another male, I hope they smack fire.
Where in the flip is this segment?
That was right.
Oh, here it is. Found it.
Yeah.
Found it. No, they like squeeze it in, but like I have Sling now. So I was like going through the recording because fuck Hulu and their 1 hour show.
Yeah, it was after the Killian Dane and Alexander Wolf match.
Right.
Like, and you know, we really shouldn't have to be spending this much time on it, but this is the rant I had to get off my chest.
I mean,
like, fuck wrong with these guys.
I did not even know this rant had to do with this, but you know what?
Yeah, that's what the rant had to do with. No, fuck that. That's what the rant had to do with.
I love everything about Dakota Kai's aesthetic. Like right now.
Absolutely.
You don't ever interrupt Raquel. Ever. I think I'm done now.
However, we did have to pay attention to that segment as far as the conversation between Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez was concerned.
Yes.
And that's where I would have been mad, because I felt like this probably shouldn't have been happening. But I have a feeling that this is more to the story to cause that rift between Dakota and Raquel. Like, I mean, like the whole tag team division has nothing to do with this. They're just using it as a MacGuffin, basically, in this situation. So clearly,
next week it might come to a head.
It just might. It just might, especially since it was brought up again already. So,
oh God, what the fuck? No, I just watched them interrupt. Like the way they even did it. I forgot about it. Now it's back. Anyways, and just the look of absolute shock that these two guys have the audacity to interrupt them. Like
the audacity.
Like they're like Raquel and Dakota both are just like who the fuck are you guys? However, I gotta say, Scoot, sorry man, but Shotzi and Ember are definitely winning the number one contender match.
That's fine. That's fine. They can win.
I mean,
that's fine because Raquel still has the world title. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just mad at fucking Everrise showing up.
Whoa! With the fucking coffee mugs, it's just like you look like not even the manager, but that's you remind me of that dude out of fucking Office Space. The guy that just comes around, hey, I'm gonna need you to work on Sunday. Like they came in with that energy. Like you saw them and you were just immediately like, fuck. Like, why are you here? And that's my fuck ever statement. Anyways. It's there. You get all that energy. You can be proud of this.
Yeah, it's okay. This is my humble moment.
And the fact that they show up like
you had to bring Scoot back from the. Wait, the fact that what, Scoot?
The fact that they show up like they're important. Like, what the fuck? Like, get the. All right,
audacity.
I'm done.
Or as Stephen A. Smith would say, the unmitigated gall.
The unmitigated gall.
but yeah. Then there was a segment with.
Wait, hold on. Before we go, I'm
you know what? That slap wasn't hard enough.
You know, before we move on with this segment, I'm gonna borrow from Lip Dizzle. And I'm going to borrow from the Inner Circle.
Oh.
Fuck Everrise.
Hey.
Now we can officially move on.
Yeah, and of course this was followed by a segment with Shotzi and Ember retooling the tank.
Oh, I was gonna talk about the Legado del Fantasma match. That was immediately.
That was next.
That happened. But I mean,
absolutely.
if we want to go to the Shotzi thing, I'm more than happy to go to that. You know,
Legado del Fantasma versus Ciampa and Thatcher. Mendoza and Wild are getting better every fucking week.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
I mean, just to highlight a few things. One, that shot that Mendoza took to the fucking nose. By Ciampa.
And the fact that they even replayed it to show that
it was legit. It was flush completely. And just look, Thatcher and Ciampa is a tag team that we got that I didn't know that we needed.
Yes.
But it is definitely welcomed. And the fact that GYV inserted themselves into this match just to fuck over.
That's the one kind of knock I have. I understood why it happened, but I wish Legado would have won on their own merit. I wish they actually would have won on their own merit to show that we're next in line for the titles for a reason.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, yes, in the win-loss column, Legado beat Old Man Ciampa and Toothless Timmy, but I wish it didn't come at the expense of GYV. I wish GYV probably would have showed up after Tommaso and Thatcher, but I did enjoy this match. And like you said, they are definitely the tag team I didn't know we needed.
No, they're a great tag team, and I mean, I understand GYV doing it because, I mean, if you told me Tommaso Ciampa and Timothy Thatcher just cleanly lost to Legado del Fantasma right now, I'd probably be like, the fuck. But with that interference, it makes it more believable.
Yeah, and I was gonna wait till like the end of the NXT main event when we discussed that to talk about this. But this is one thing. Me watching this show, I actually enjoyed about this when I actually got a chance to reflect on it, and that's the fact that every one of their divisions is treated with the utmost care.
Yes,
and has complete build. Like there is nothing that is neglected. There is not one championship on this brand that is neglected. Everything has a purpose. It has a direction. It has a number of competitors within it that's vying for said championship. And it is so completely organized. And I can't think of any other promotion, probably, outside of maybe New Japan, that has done anything remotely close to what NXT is doing in present day. Because it's just like it makes it worth watching. I mean, you look at the main roster and you can easily pinpoint titles that are being completely neglected and have zero fucking direction. But looking at NXT, it's like you can easily kind of see, okay, well, fuck, I can, even if the stuff is very predictable, you're still somewhat interested. Like, granted, Cross and Balor. Yeah, Cross isn't like the typical champ that we can see right now that we view as because of, unfortunate events happening earlier with Cross getting hurt. But there's still some intrigue with the care that they take behind like the promos and the builds for every feud. So even where they're lacking, they still somewhat succeed better than other companies. So yeah. But with that same build, we get to talk about the women's tag division with the segments of Indy and Candice getting a spa treatment.
Didn't look bad.
Indy was looking good.
Indy was looking good.
Indy, though.
Indeed.
Yes.
Ooh, like
Indeed.
that.
Indy.
Maybe I never paid attention like that.
Oh, the first time I ever saw Indy, she got me with the hype. And then it was really when because she wasn't really seen so much until she joined the Way.
Exactly.
And when she joined the Way, it was like Indy, though.
Indy, indeed.
Right. Indeed, Indy.
The only gripe that I have about these segments is how Indy was able to find out about the purchases with the gifts and stuff that it not being from Dexter, because in my adult logical mind, what company has the right to call a credit card company
exactly
and then get the transaction history?
That was the first
in a real world application.
I was like, you said, in my adult mind, you call the credit card company and they willingly tell you the transactions?
I don't think any kind of credit card company is going to tell a random spa that you're going to. Like, oh yeah, so they paid for this and that, so you can't pay for this spa treatment with this card. No, that's not.
It sucks that Indy said all that bad stuff to Dexter while Dexter was giving her the massage.
Mm-hmm.
So that did kind of suck.
Yeah.
But now they can maybe make up, and I'm still pushing for this couple, man.
You saw the way Indy, you saw Candice was sitting there like, oh shit, I'm busted. But then she was like, that means he still loves me. And Candice was like, the fuck?
But I'm trying to think about the way they could have brought up. You know what she could have done is that they could have gotten the card declined. And then she calls the card company and they're like, why is my card getting declined? It's like, oh, because of these purchases on these days.
That would have made sense.
Like she could have had it on speakerphone or something.
Yeah, exactly. Would have been exactly on speakerphone.
But I can allow that little flub because that's something you have to really just kind of pay attention to. So I can mind that little flub. because they're trying to tell a bigger picture overall. So,
you see that main roster? We can suspend our disbelief on adult shit, but when you throw zombies in there, it's not the same.
And you know the bad part about it is, I understand why they did the zombies because they were trying to promote Army of the Dead because Batista is in the movie. That's fine.
Oh, is that why people added Batista?
Yes, because Batista's in the movie.
On what kind of conspiracy level bullshit?
Well, he did tweet, "I have some friends showing up." And
no,
he did tweet that I have some friends showing up to WrestleMania.
Okay, well now his retaliation tweet about talk to Vince, not me, is just now it just just lessened that.
But that's why honestly I always shoot NXT. So the thing is with me, unless NXT personally starts doing some wild wacky shit, I'm gonna always shoot them a little bit of bail.
Yeah. Always. Oh, yeah, always.
The most bothersome thing to me on NXT started Tuesday when fucking Everrise decided to interrupt Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai. But even then, Everrise isn't at the point to where, you know, I want to just change the channel. I just want to see what goofy antics some dumbass goofs gonna do.
Yeah.
But on Raw's case, which I still haven't watched Raw since the Raw after Mania.
No.
Some of the highlights I've been seeing is like, I am saving my 3 hours.
Right? I feel the same exact way.
I'm telling y'all guys, just apply them to Elevation.
It might. I might. If I remember, I might watch Elevation Monday.
Yeah. They only announced 3 matches so far, but they typically do like a 2 to 2.5 hour show.
Yeah, I might watch Elevation.
That'll like half, like I mean, it's y'all heard from me. I mean, half of that stuff is like relevant to Dynamite in some way.
We have to. It's gonna get real mellow real quick because I have to send out a condolences and a rest in peace to Aaliyah because she got utterly destroyed. I don't know who booked that or why they booked it, but poor Aaliyah.
She got drop kicked and then drop kicked and then drop kicked again.
She got tossed. She got ragdolled. And I believe Saray is smaller than she is.
Yes.
Yo, I don't think she's even like that much taller than the top rope.
Yes.
And as I still have, as I'm going around through the matches to find them as we talk about them, I'm looking at her entrance, and she is not much taller than the top rope.
Saray, you know, Saray is almost like Cesaro. How you see Cesaro's stature, but you didn't think he hits so hard. That's how Saray is. You see her stature, but when she puts them feet on you,
God.
Please, if you value your face.
It took 10 seconds into the match before the first drop that got thrown.
Don't fight Saray if you value your face. Because there will be people heading your way at some point. And she throws those feet indiscriminately.
Now, just a quick observation. Why was Robert Stone dressed like a pimp?
Yo, that's I'm looking at that right now, and why? Like, I didn't pay attention to him like when I watched this match because damn, like Saray just wiped the floor with Aaliyah, but why is Robert Stone
the hat?
But I mean, not only that, but I'm forgetting the other woman involved in the Robert Stone brand.
Jessica Mea.
Yeah, why is she dressed like a geisha? Jessica Mea, though. I mean, it's a pro and con that she's dressed like a geisha, but why? Like, the only person in the Robert Stone brand that looks like a wrestler right now is Aaliyah, albeit glow stick of an outfit. But yeah,
you see, and that's the thing about Aaliyah's attire. She is going to be super notorious for having wardrobe malfunctions because, like, that top. I don't know why they keep. Look, again,
that thing was super deep.
Look, from a male perspective, nothing wrong with it, but from a business perspective,
she's gonna pop out.
Who's giving her the green light? Oh, it's happened plenty of times already. That's the thing. So that's why I'm like, is nobody just like? I'm thinking the guys in the back are like, yo, just let it go out there. It's cool. But hey,
it happens.
Is this your little shot at going back to Attitude Era shit? Like where women having God.
But I'm gonna forego my voice because I know Scoot is gonna be all over this one. So we're just gonna jump right into it. Hit Row had their debut match under the Hit Row brand.
Who holler the top dollar? Yo,
I gotta interrupt this though. I'm sorry. I have. Go ahead. No, do it because this is Hit Row. I will shut the hell up.
The new faction that has been taking the world by storm, though. Hit Row. And I'm letting you know this right now. This new aesthetic of Swerve, I want it. I need that in my life. And you know what? To be on a serious note, kind of before I go back to praising Hit Row, I got a chance to check out A&E's WWE Most Wanted Treasures. AJ Francis does an amazing job on that show. He does an amazing job. So basically, the premise of the show is WWE has this warehouse, and they want to preserve legendary items in this warehouse. And the two episodes I watched, it was with Sergeant Slaughter and one with Booker T. Sergeant Slaughter, he wanted the boot, the loaded boot that the Iron Sheik wore in one of his matches.
Nice.
He wanted something else, and basically they just go to the people who has it, and it's kind of half Pawn Stars, half like how we going to get these items. And basically they found the one guy who had the boot. I think they paid like $5,100 for the boot.
Damn.
But then they realized it was the boot. It wasn't the boot from the Slaughter Sheik feud. It was a boot from when Sheik was in, I think, the second Royal Rumble. But at the end, when him and AJ was, when Slaughter and AJ was talking, he asked for like his little stick in the hat, and you know, AJ was like, "How much is gonna cost for me to get, you know, the stick in the hat to be in the warehouse?" And he was like, "You know, since we've been on this journey and adventure, I'm gonna just give it to you, so that way it can be preserved into the warehouse." He's like,
that's dope.
Yeah. And the other episode I watched with Booker T, because I actually got to catch Booker T's from the beginning. So Stephanie was talking to Booker T in the beginning, and apparently it's 3 items. Booker T wanted the television title because that was his introduction into being Booker T. He wanted a robe he wore for SummerSlam. It was the black and gold robe. That was the only robe he wore other than the normal King Booker robe. That black robe was the only one that was different. And he wanted Junkyard Dog's collar because he was like, you know, as a kid to see a black wrestler as Junkyard Dog. So they found the guy because apparently they dealt with the guy before, and he has a bunch of memorabilia from wrestlers. And they offered money for the robe, and he was like, "Nah, I'm not selling this robe for at least $10,000." So Booker was like, "How about this? I give you Queen Charmel's dress. I think it was.
What?
Yeah, a dress.
What did Queen Charmel have to say about that?
Well, she was with it to get that robe.
To get that robe.
He was like, it was Queen Charmel's dress, Booker's NWO tights when he joined the NWO, the WWE version.
Yeah.
And he was like, I was only in the NWO briefly, so these tights are definitely limited. And it was something else. And the guy was like, nah, I don't wanna sell it, because his thing is he likes to replace an item with an item. So if he would have sold something to Booker's, he would want something to Booker's in return. So
just get offered the tights and the
exactly. But he said the deal wasn't good enough. So Booker went to go see Stone Cold because they noticed he had Stone Cold's cooler when Stone Cold would get all the beer out.
Oh, okay.
Stone Cold's cooler. So he FaceTimed the guy. He was like, the deal still stands, but also, how about I give you a private conversation right now with Stone Cold Steve Austin? Would that seal the deal? And the guy was like, hell yeah, not to be, pun intended, but he was
yeah,
because that's an opportunity not to pass up. So they got that. They went to a guy. So they got Booker's robe. They went to a guy whose family had the collar of Junkyard Dogs, and I think they bought that off that guy. I think for $4,500. I think
really
something like that. And they went to a guy in Florida who had a collection of titles from like all promotions and everything. But apparently, the old WCW television title is like a myth at this point. Nobody knows who has it. Apparently,
I guess you're not gonna get it at that point.
Yeah, apparently Hacksaw Jim Duggan had it, but sold it to somebody like 20 years ago, and nobody knows where this title is at. So unfortunately, Booker couldn't get the television title, but AJ Francis does a pretty good job. Like, he does a good job on that show. So shouts out to Top Dollar on his A&E hosting duties. But back to the match, though.
This was pretty good shit.
Hit Row. I am here for it. Here for it. Maybe Top Dollar might have to change his unit at some point.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Coming out with the ski mask was pretty like gangster. I'm not gonna lie.
The ski mask was cool, but maybe AJ at some point has to change his aesthetic of gear. Ashanti was cool, but Francis, you might have to change the basketball shorts with the shirt.
Oh yeah, the gear itself. Yeah.
Yeah. He could have came out like how AOP was dressed or how Roman was dressed. Something like that would have been better for him.
He ended up showing up like Eddie Kingston. Anyways.
Yeah, he could show like Eddie Kingston.
I'm going to get into that later too. But yeah, I mean, as far as like the in-ring stuff, Ashanti the Adonis showing way more aggression. That drop kick. Ooh. That drop kick.
Right. Ooh. Especially after we saw Saray's.
Look, after we saw Saray's, hit that drop kick flush.
Like, first off, I will always say Randy Orton, old school Randy Orton, has the best just standing drop kick.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Ashanti the Adonis. When you got some momentum behind you, that drop kick is beautiful and terrifying at the same time.
Yes. Because he got
Top Dollar. Top Dollar. Fantastic big man. Yes. I don't know if it's just been just the years in the NFL or what, but like you got it down. Like you don't have to be like over agile like Keith Lee. Like you just big man, just big man. Like because that's another thing. There's not I think there's a lack of just slow and methodical big men.
There is.
And I think him growing into that is going to cement him in that position perfectly. So just change the gear.
Remember, the last slow and methodical big man didn't work out with the company too well. So, yeah.
Well, if we're talking about Big Show,
no. I'm talking about Lars Sullivan.
Oh well,
yeah.
Well,
well, he got
part of that was the fault of, again, main roster for one. Yes. Also, part of that was due to himself.
Yes.
A lot of that was due to himself because he got chances. Well, here's the thing, because stuff came out before, even the Stephanie McMahon stuff, even when like the pageant stuff, whatever. But the problem was he kept trying to do stuff. So, you know, that's he got a second chance and he blew it. So yeah. But yeah, that sucks. But yeah, Top Dollar, go be that big man. Go be that big man. Poor Daivari and Nice.
As soon as they said that Hit Row was going to be in action, I'm like, poor whoever.
And they got a jobber entrance, so you know, there's that.
Yeah. Daivari. Oof.
But yeah, I was expecting this to be a super squash match, but it was actually an enjoyable squash match.
Yes.
So,
and you know, I can even appreciate the fact that B-Fab and Swerve just sat there and watched. They didn't try to interfere. They was just like, nah, Ashanti and Top Dollar got this.
But guys,
you are right.
B-Fab though,
fam,
legs.
Brianna though, like
damn.
B-Fab though, like
B-Fab,
yes.
B-Fab. Anyway,
right, right. Like when she came out, it was like
not only that, but I mean, no, like I just caught her, like not just, but I mean when I caught her initially, just like, no, she wasn't even doing shit. She was just like on the phone, just walking around, like leading the crew, and I was just like, all right, I see you.
And the thing I like too about it is that they all get mic time.
Yeah,
they all give them mic time. So
I wonder who's doing that is, but whoever like demanded that of them is amazing. Like whoever demanded that they all get the mic time is.
It was probably honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it was a little bit of Swerve, it was a little bit of H, because the thing is, it would look awkward for AJ Francis not to get no mic time when you can watch him on this A&E show hosting the show, and he's not talking. You know, so it would look a little awkward. So I'm pretty sure it was a combination of all four of y'all go out there and do your thing.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, like I said, this new Swerve, I mean, granted, he's been this iteration, but since he has his crew with him, the aesthetics of Swerve, amazing. Like, I kind of want to see Swerve with a title at this point.
Like, he's definitely going to get it.
I mean, they're only 2 weeks in to being around, guys. Like we got to let them get some traction.
They definitely will.
I thought Swerve deserved the cruiserweight title though.
He'll probably make it to US. If not,
I'm pretty sure he's gonna end up in the US.
I could see Ashanti being in there with the cruiserweight.
Yeah.
Or him with Big Man for a tag.
That's also what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and speaking of titles that Swerve could potentially get,
the
main event saw a cage match featuring Johnny Gargano, the North American champion, defending his title against Bronson Reed. Yet another big man.
Before we get there, don't forget we officially going to get Bobby Fish and Pete Dunne next week.
Oh yeah,
yes, the Bobby Fish promo,
and that's another thing that kind of stuck out to me.
That we
missed.
Promo, yeah. One thing that stood out to me on that is that now I guess we get to see Bobby Fish is going to be inserted into the North American Championship division, is what it seems like.
That's a vibe. Yeah, that's the vibe I got off of that.
So good on him. I can't wait to see him in the ring to see how his singles run goes, and then go from there.
Speaking of the other missing member of Undisputed Era, or formerly Undisputed Era, Roderick Strong, right. He posted an interesting picture on Instagram. He reminded the world that he beat AJ and Shinsuke at Survivor Series. So I'm assuming he's main roster bound at some point.
Interesting.
That's interesting that of all of Undisputed Era, we were getting Roderick Strong that gets the push to main roster.
That is crazy, but you know what? Yeah. I'm almost not surprised, because if you look at it, it's the most logical decision to make, because you take the one person who out of the three that wasn't hurt,
right?
Cole, I mean, he's already made history in NXT, and O'Reilly is getting his singles push in there. So Roderick Strong being almost like the third wheel, he would probably be, to benefit him, especially with him leaving with Marina Shafir. It's perfect. It screams main roster at this point. So,
you know, with the way things are lining up for Britt, I would have thought they would have pushed Cole more, at this current moment, because. But you know what? I bet they could probably wait until she finally gets that belt in a couple weeks.
Well, Cole is being. I see Cole being patient at this point. You know, I think everything's pretty much.
Cole is main roster bound.
Yes,
it's happening. It's just a matter of when. I think he's going to have his maybe final couple of fights in NXT, but Cole is going to be on the main roster sometime this year.
Yeah,
that's happening. I don't know when.
Yeah, what up?
But it's happening sometime this year.
I prefer him on SmackDown.
I mean, at this point, let's just call a spade a spade. I don't want nobody else to go to Raw. Coming from
the only one that, like the only breath of life I can see going to Raw is Karrion Kross.
That's the only one.
Yeah, because he just makes sense on there. But whatever,
it doesn't fit otherwise.
Cole is going to go to whatever show Roddy doesn't go to.
Ooh, okay.
So basically, that's going to be your deciding factor there. Bless you. Once you see Roddy go to a show, just know that Cole, when he debuts, is going to go to that other show. Yeah. Simple as that. But yeah, this main event, Bronson Reed, another big man that is necessary. I mean, when I see Bronson Reed, I think of Vader. I think of Bam Bam Bigelow. I think of guys like that who transcended their size in a way. I mean, I could say guys like Yokozuna, but that's a bit different. That's a whole another realm. But guys, specifically Vader and Bam Bam Bigelow, because they had that similar style where they still were big man, but they weren't agile in the sense of being agile like Keith Lee was agile. They were agile in the sense to where they would do one move and you'd be like, oh damn, like with Vader doing the Vader bomb, or the once every now and then moonsault, or Bam Bam Bigelow doing his half-ass moonsault. But for the most part, these guys were beefy guys that like to brawl, And when I see Bronson Reed, I'm like, yo, this is a good dude that can actually be a nice face with the championship and a surprising heel. But we're definitely not going to see any heel work from him at this moment, because he's going to end up feuding with the heel that is Isaiah Swerve Scott. Because Bronson Reed clearly won this match. We predicted this. I mean, it was inevitable at this point because, I would say that he should have got the title a lot sooner because it would make more sense for Swerve to have this heel turn and then him go into it and then end up feuding with Bronson Reed to be able to get to the point where they take that title off of him. But with the way that they kind of built up the promo for Bronson Reed saying that this is like 14 years to the day since he had his first match that he's winning this title, it was like, oh shit, well, it's already given.
Well, you're winning then,
this title. Yeah. So I think it seemed like they kind of just pushed it back a little bit for him just to have that being a talking point with this. Austin Theory, being the cheeky guy he is, played his role in this match
so well.
Beautiful. And Johnny doing the job for Reed. I got no problems with this because the only thing I see now is Johnny going from this. He might get a rematch and then lose, but I think this is definitely putting Johnny slotted into the NXT championship picture. So yeah, still weird not to have Indy and Candice ringside with them to pull some more shenanigans, but I mean, they're having a spa day. Yeah, you're right. You're right. They're on a spa day.
Thinking about it though, does Indy stay with the Way past this week?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this is going to add more to the storyline for them with the dynamic of face Dexter and the Way as heels, and then Indy being with them, and then her trying to get them to accept Dexter and all this and that, and Dexter unintentionally helping the Way every now and then because he's trying to save Indy from certain situations. So yeah, and I think that's a cool dynamic because that can add more to it to where you end up seeing more division between the Way, where Indy starts to feel like they're using Dexter for, whatever. So I'm looking forward to that. So, but yeah, Bronson Reed is your new North American North American champion in NXT. I'm not sure how long his reign is going to be. It seems like it should be quite a bit, but with Swerve on the horizon, I'm just not sure how long that's going to be because I can't tell if he's going to be a transitional champ or if he's going to have a good run.
When is the next takeover?
June. No, yeah,
June?
Yeah, June.
Next takeover is June. I could see him keeping it till then, but I don't know. Yeah, whatever they're going to do with it, it's going to go well. That's the only thing I know.
2 to 3 weeks.
2 to 3 weeks?
Yeah, I would
keep it for that long. Yeah, no, I would see him do that. I could see one defense under his belt too.
Okay. I think it'll be more telling next week when we kind of see what happens.
Right.
But again, we got to wait till next week to see what happens. Scoop, before we jump off the NXT train, you got anything to say about the main event?
I was happy that Bronson was in it. I mean, hell, it was even crazy to see that he's been doing it since 2007, and finally him getting a shot. So I was happy, like you said. I think it should have happened sooner, personally, like you said, but it happened. So that's the good part that it happened.
Right.
So I kind of like how y'all was saying. I don't know how long this reign is gonna last, but I am happy he did finally get the belt.
True indeed.
But I know we're about to wrap up NXT, but let me read you this fire ass quote right quick.
Oh, always down for the impromptu.
Well, since we're heading off of NXT/WWE, let me read you this fire ass quote. We got a bunch of fast food fans, and they complain that they want stories and well thought out stories to develop. When you start doing that for them, They want it all now. My people, I'm cooking steak. We're creating an elaborate omelet, and we're in the process of cracking eggs right now. You're not going to get it quite yet. We're going to let the steak stay on the grill. If you want your cheeseburger, watch Raw. SmackDown, we do filet mignon.
I feel like that's Roman.
You know damn well that was the tribal chief. You know damn well.
Yeah, because that sounds like something that he would say.
That was the tribal chief.
Here's where it doesn't make sense to me, though.
Okay, what you got?
Now, this is my adult brain, but steak takes a significantly shorter time to cook than an omelet does, because omelets have depending on what you're putting in them, you got to like saute some onions, some garlic, you got to throw in some veggies to cook, then you got to cook the eggs, and it depends on how you want to cook them to begin with. It's like, okay, are you cooking steaks or are you cooking omelets right now? Are you taking your time? Like, your quality of meat, we get it, Roman. You put out some good stuff, but what are you cooking?
Roman say at the end of the day, he's cooking the better show.
I mean, we already knew that, though. We already knew that.
That is true.
You wouldn't try and promote a SmackDown versus Raw thing here, but we already know that SmackDown's a better brand.
Hey, I know what we're talking about right now, but since I just scrolled across it, I just want to give one more appreciation to. I know it's not coming in the best.
Damn, that's a pick right there, though.
It is. I wish it would go better. I wish the camera would focus it better, but oh boy, that's a stable right there. I just hope they succeed.
One.
Go ahead.
One thing. It does. One thing I will say about that comment from Roman. One thing I don't agree with, I mean, I 50-50 on it, because there are some fans out there that say that they want something as far as story, but then they want it all at one time. Yeah, I don't agree with that. I think if you tell a good story in the beginning, then take your time with it. Case in point, Roman with the whole tribal chief stuff. When you throw a little nugget of Roman coming out with Paul Heyman, that's all the context you need to say, okay, let me see how this plays out. Now, let me take you to another example of something that actually turned out good. Paige coming out, and I'm only saying this because I've been working on this whole Justice for Asuka video. Paige coming out and bringing out or introducing the Kabuki Warriors. Goofy as hell. Why Paige? Don't know. Why the name? Don't know. And even that was up until a point, like, the fuck, until they turned heel, and they turned out to be one of the best women's tag teams and tag team champions. So Bill, because they had plenty of matches before they turned heel, and almost nobody cared. But once they turned heel, the aesthetic changed, their attitude changed, and just everything, like, loved it. And then you got this shit with Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton having 17,000 fucking matches, with the majority being the same outcome except for one match. So yeah, it's more or less like pick your poison. But yeah, Roman is right and wrong in that. Yep. Stories will let you know that they're going to be good when they intrigue you initially. Firefly Funhouse, everybody shat on it in the beginning. And then the more it went on, the more it was like, oh shit, I'm starting to like this. But nobody hated it completely. There was still some intrigue because everybody kind of tuned in like, what the fuck is this? But they still shat on it, but they still tuned in to watch it. It's always a big difference. But yeah, as we go from that to good old AEW.
Well. The scoop. If you didn't hear, now you know, because I actually watched the Tony Khan interview. Coming August, AEW will add a third hour of TV called AEW Rampage.
Oh yeah, that.
And it's going to be on Fridays after SmackDown because he doesn't want to compete with SmackDown. So it'll be on Fridays
from 9 to 10.
Yeah, Fridays from 9 to 10. And but starting next year in 2022, both Dynamite and Rampage will be moving to TBS. And then Tony Khan also said that quarterly, their specialty shows like Fight for the Fallen and Fighter Fest, those will still be on TNT.
Interesting.
But yeah, now I had my slight opinions on it, and I don't know if I necessarily like the change in channel.
I think it's because of the NBA, isn't it?
I think
NBA and NHL.
NBA and NHL because TNT is like such a sports-heavy station.
Well, TNT has NBA and USA has NHL. And
is that right?
Like the last 2 days, I think is even on now. NHL is on USA right now, I think.
Okay.
So that is competing with both basketball and hockey.
Yeah.
So, but still, I don't know how I feel about it moving to TBS. Personally.
I mean, as long as they keep the same energy, I'm not gonna have a problem with it. But it's gonna be weird calling Miro assuming Miro is the champion again at some point because I don't think he's gonna last it that long. But it's gonna be weird calling insert wrestler name here the TBS champion.
Yes,
like, TBS has a long stigma of being like the comedy, like the more relaxing like channel, you know.
Yes.
So it'll be nice to get a change of pace with AEW being on TBS. However, it's gonna be really weird seeing how they like rebrand that belt, that TV title.
Yeah, they did say something about it. I mean, I think they're going to change it from the TNT title to something else. It's just a matter of seeing what that's going to be, but I doubt it's going to be the TBS championship. It should be. I mean, it really, honestly, should be the television championship. Is what it really.
That's what I was about.
I'm pretty sure they're probably trying to get the rights to it.
TV title or TV championship.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're trying to get the rights.
That would be the best way to go, in my opinion.
For
TV championship or something.
For those of you who haven't witnessed like channels as far as like promotions going to different channels, during Attitude and a little bit after Attitude era, Raw jumped quite a bit.
Was it four? Four different channels?
It was 4. Because I know it was TNN, Spike.
Then Spike, yeah.
And there probably was one more, but I know for sure TNN and Spike are the ones that I remember.
And then once it left off of Spike, then that's when TNA. Yeah, that's when TNA.
USA. I mean, after they left Spike, it went back to USA, and that's where it stayed.
Yeah, and then you had, of course, SmackDown being on UPN, and then
Sunday Night Heat was on MTV at one point.
MTV, yeah. And SmackDown went to Sci-Fi, which was weird.
It did. Super weird.
And ECW was on Sci-Fi.
Yeah, and ECW was also on I think TNN as well.
So
and ECW was on Spike as well. When ECW first started airing on television, when they had that hour spot.
Yeah. When they had that original time slot, it was on TNN.
But that was weird because it came on like during the day.
Yeah,
I completely forgot about
weird.
TNN as a channel.
Well,
I know, right?
TNN got rebranded to Spike.
Yeah.
And then Spike got rebranded to Paramount Network.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it's been.
I remember like Spike used to be that graffiti logo, and then it was like Spike with the more man logo or whatever.
It got rebranded to the Paramount Network. I think like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah. So that's why I'm thinking like with AEW changing, especially this soon, it's going to be a bit of a transition. You know, not automatically tuning into TNT because there was a time where because I'm so used to. It may not be that bad because I was so used to Raw being on USA to where I was conditioned to go on Monday, go to USA, and then forget like, oh shit, because that Westminster Dog Show would always come on every now and then, so you were conditioned like, damn, Raw's not on, so then if you go on USA thing like something else is on, it's like fuck, okay, well I can't do it. So, but yeah, I don't think it's gonna be bad. Thinking back to WCW, because I think Thunder was on TBS.
Yes, Thunder was on TBS.
Thunder, oh yeah,
Thunder on Thursdays.
So yeah, because he did say TNT originally did ask him, did he want Dynamite to be 3 hours, and he was like, no. He specifically wanted 2 hours and 1 hour, and he was kind of saying Dark Elevation is going to mainly stay the up and coming, while Rampage and Dynamite are going to stay the people we like see on TV.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
While we on AEW, I need everybody who's listening to go check out Jaeger's Elevation Evaluation.
Yeah,
that guy up top right there decided to take the reins of the YouTube show and decided to make his own series. And I was thinking to myself, if you start reviewing Dark, you should have Jaeger's Elevation Evaluation and Jaeger's Dark Thoughts.
Ooh.
I don't know if you want to hear his Dark Thoughts though.
No, because that sounds so good. I'm like considering like just like going full goth for it and everything too. Just like wear black, put it in a dark room, make it only like candle lit or something. Not in a romantic sense, but in a this is dark.
In an Aleister Black sense.
Thoughts.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Jaeger's Dark Thoughts. So if he starts reviewing Dark Thoughts and Elevation Evaluation, check those out.
Bam, bam.
And then I'm waiting personally to see the Justice 4 series.
That's something that I've been hearing is in the works, and honestly, I'm already a bit of a fan.
Look, first off, I don't even think you all want to.
You all? Oh.
I'm saying it to the world, because the thing is, again, and for those of you who don't know, I mean, you don't know because you're not in the conversation that me, Scoot, and Jaeger have.
What we call pre-production people.
I told them that me doing this and me going through this whole thing is making me dislike Charlotte Flair even more.
Well, those weren't the words you used, sir.
It's making me hate Charlotte more. Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah. Because the research that I'm going through, because this does take a lot. Like I have to go through fucking records and title history and shows and stuff like this, and just Charlotte. Then it's fucking ridiculous.
I honestly, by the third Justice 4, I kind of see Lit being like Charlie from fucking Sunny in Philadelphia, like the whole conspiracy theory, like strings like thrown everywhere. You have a cigarette like in his fucking mouth. Like
he's gonna have a wall. It's gonna be a wall with a bunch of pictures and lines and rubber bands and everything. And like honestly, like he's gonna like grow his hair out. It's gonna be some weird like design and shit. Like and it's gonna be like my man's is looking rough with it, and then Jaeger and I might have to go over to his place and have an intervention to probably get him to stop doing the Justice 4 list. Because
no, not at all. Because there's a reason. There's a reason why I'm not gonna need an intervention, because I'm gonna have a therapeutic session. Because just breaking news, there's not only gonna be a Justice 4 series, there is gonna be a shit list series where it's the opposite.
Shit.
There we go.
And I've already started working on that, and you can already guess who's top of the list, because I've already done the majority of the research already as I'm doing this shit for Oscar. So yeah,
I can't wait. I'm here for it.
And yeah, once this ends, I'm going to show you guys exactly what you get to see what the fucking dialogue looks like.
But yeah, you know what? You know, instead of us teasing the fans, Jaeger, I'm gonna ask you this question.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh,
because
me. What's up?
You kind of jumped out in front of it. How do you feel about wrestlers with licensed music?
It's a love-hate thing. It's right now. I'm in. You know what? I want to like it, but at the same time, it just feels like an unnecessary flex. Like, case in point with the Best Friends. Case in point with Mox and Kingston right now. Because
and Jungle Boy.
Honestly, Jungle Boys fits though.
Okay.
I'm okay with Jungle Boys.
Okay.
However, Best Friends music was perfectly fine as was.
Yeah.
Mox's music with Kingston, you could have maybe done like a hard rock version of both. Like you could have like maybe put in some of the Mox riffs on over Kingston's music. Like a classic like WWE thing, I don't know. But to go and get Wild Thing, not only the original Wild Thing, because that failed on the first week, but this week, and we'll get to that match in a minute. But this week, it was now the cover, I guess the more updated version of Wild Thing covered, which was better, but it was still not good.
I think
TK, yes.
I think personally, licensed music is okay because I know Ronda had it with Bad Reputation, in WWE, and
but that's fitting, just like with Jungle Boy.
And like you said, Jungle Boy's kind of fit. Personally speaking, I like what Mark Henry did by I'm gonna get 3-6 Mafia to just make me a song.
Make a song, yes.
Love that.
I want Rev Theory to make me a song.
Make me a song. Fucking Triple H with Motorhead.
I'm gonna get Motorhead to make me a song. I think I like that more, where you can get an artist. I mean, we can hate it we want, but Snoop does have Sasha's theme, and he did have Cody. I don't think Cody uses it anymore.
No, he still does. I think
he does have Cody's theme, and I'm pretty sure Cody's song is done by a real band. But
that was by Downstate or Downstraight, something like that.
So I think I kind of like, and what didn't Disturbed do one of Stone Cold's themes?
They did his original music,
Yeah, I think I like that better when they get actual artists to do their theme song rather than, like, for instance, I'm trying to think of an artist. I'm trying to think of
no. Disturbed didn't. The thing is, Stone Cold used Disturbed's song, and then later it got mixed into like what we all know and love.
Yes,
but no, he used Disturbed's song. Disturbed didn't make a song for him.
I mean, and technically, we can break the walls because Chris Jericho in the Inner Circle does use Fozzy.
Yeah.
So
yeah, these are facts. These are facts.
Now the same thing. I think the same thing with Christian too, because Christian's song, I don't know, but that sounds very, very similar to an Evanescence song. Because when you listen to it, it's like the same like notes and beats, like not from the beginning, but once it actually breaks into the song, it literally sounds like the same tempo as an Evanescence song. So I don't know, but it's possible.
Facts. It is possible.
So, like I said, some licensed themes are okay, but I personally speaking, I don't know where Wild Thing came from.
Yeah, it had to have been a conversation between Tony Khan and Mox and Kingston. Like,
I don't like that conversation.
I don't. I'm not even a fly on the wall, and I don't like it. I didn't care for it.
Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, and I don't want to downplay Mans and them song, but you used the original Wild Thing, and it was like, then you, like you said, you used the cover version, and because the thing was that at first I was like, what the fuck is Mox coming out to? And then come to find out, it was Wild Thing, just covered, and it was like, like, where the fuck did this song come from? Like,
right. I don't. It came from so far to left field. It was in the stands.
We're gonna jump to it in a minute, but I don't know. So, like I said, licensed songs, I guess if it's used right, it's okay. But I'd rather prefer you get the actual artist to just make you a song. Kind of like how Santana and Ortiz got Bodega Bams to make them that song.
Yeah.
Proud and Powerful. He got them
Rey
to
Mysterio
record
did
the 619 song.
Yeah,
POD.
I forgot. POD, there we go. Yeah.
POD, yeah. Like I would rather that. Like I would rather that actual artist do a song for the wrestler rather than the wrestler use a real song.
How do you feel about Team Spirit on for DDP?
Feel about what?
It kind of fitted his aesthetic a little bit. It kind of fitted his little aesthetic, and
I didn't even hear that they gave him Team Spirit.
Yeah, when he well, they changed it along the way, but when he first came out, that's what he was using.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I said, it was okay because it kind of fitted his whole aesthetic of I'm gonna be different. Like I'm not gonna join the NWO, and I'm gonna be the wrestler's wrestler type of, you know. No. So it was okay. Or hell, I mean, some wrestlers can go the route of like Keith Lee and do their own things, and Shawn Michaels and Hit Row, you know, and,
just casually throwing Hit Row there,
right? Yeah, you damn right throwing Hit Row in there. You know, you can make your own things, you know.
Well, I'm waiting for their SoundCloud.
Nah, that's gonna be on Spotify and Apple and all of that. They going to the top. I am a stand for Hit Row right now. Don't y'all fuck this up, NXT.
That's all.
Yeah, so I just wanted to pose that question to the group and see how y'all felt about the licensed music thing.
I mean, as long as it fits, I'm okay with it. But when it doesn't, then it's like just change this shit by next week, please.
Which I'm halfway glad Mox did. It just did not go all the way.
You know what? If you can go like a hard rock version, or even if you want to throw it in there like a metal version of Wild Thing, I'll give you next week to try it. But please, if it doesn't work, please just don't anymore.
Yes, just stop it.
Stop that. Anyway.
But yeah, finally getting into AEW.
Yes. First match was
wait. I'm sorry. There's one.
Oh, yeah, you have some news.
There's one more story that it's been thrown out there, and I want to see how y'all feel about it. How do y'all feel about the so-called beef between Cody and the Elite?
What do you mean? Are we talking about TV or are we talking about?
No, apparently
it's. I mean, there's legit
reports. There's been multiple reports basically saying Cody doesn't really fuck with the Bucks and Omega. That they're just.
I mean, that's made sense.
Work friends, I guess.
That makes sense though, because of like, I don't know. After I've been watching them for. Like I watched like every BTE. I've seen like how that relationship has been through all that. Cody has not felt like he has been in that same circle as the Bucks and Kenny. You know what I mean? Like he's part of he's part of the founding four of All Elite Wrestling.
True.
However,
yes.
He hasn't felt like that included member in the Elite. He is a member or a former member, but no, that makes sense. As long as there's no like legitimate heat, otherwise I'm like, whoa, what's going on?
Well, they keep throwing little things out because I think Matt Jackson had changed his Twitter bio to currently not speaking. So they keep, they keep dispelling, in a sense, the rumors, but it's coming down to the sense of Cody's vision and the Elite's vision don't line up. And
I can see that.
There's been tensions between, quote unquote, the bosses. And, it hasn't fully been proven yet, but that's been the ongoing rumor now for a few weeks that Cody and the Elite don't see eye to eye when it comes to AEW.
Thinking about it, and now that you've brought attention to it, like just within the last couple of weeks, we've had two very different like pushes, or like because you've got Cody with his Anthony Ogogo thing. And then you have the Elite with everything they're involved in. Like you can't even just say the Bucks involved with their tag team shit. No, because the Bucks are now officially a part of the Elite. And anytime the Bucks come out, there's usually somebody from the rest of the Elite that's involved in it. So it makes it believable, or I find it completely plausible that they just keep their relationship completely professional at this point.
And that's what they basically been saying. It basically seems like, I guess what a lot of people are trying to, the way that people are trying to speculate is it looked so close knit at first, but in the end, Cody was probably never really friends with them, type of thing.
Like he was just the guy that they brought in for.
That they kind of all had the same vision, but at the end of the day, they weren't really friends. They just all shared the same vision to try to make a new company work. And now we're starting to see that Cody is technically doing this. The Bucks and Omega is doing this.
It feels like Cody is more concerned with, his area of expertise right now, which is like the mid card, which is a lot of shit involving that. Whereas I don't want to say the Bucks and Kenny are going beyond, but they're more concerned with, I guess, the brand. Maybe not so much even the Bucks, because right now they're really focusing on the tag team titles. But Kenny in particular is definitely focusing on the brand.
Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to get y'all thoughts on the so-called beef between Cody and the Elite.
It is interesting. But to downplay it a little bit, the Bucks in particular change their Twitter bio like anytime something new happens.
And then apparently there's also another big rumor, and I don't know who it could be, but apparently another rumor is a big name talent is hesitant to sign with AEW because of this so-called
issues,
tension.
It's got to be an ex-WWE guy.
It's I mean, of course, the two big names that I keep hearing is Bryan and Punk, but every time I hear Punk, I'm just like, ugh, because I'm sick of hearing it by now. Like, look, again, I like CM Punk, but it's like at this point, it's getting old. Like, it's past the point where it's like, yo, like enough. Like, if he was gonna go somewhere, he would have went. Like, he's not. Leave it alone. I don't think
he gives a shit anymore.
Daniel Bryan makes the most sense. True. I mean, I part of me hopes, maybe, just maybe, the gods will shine down on me and bless me with AJ Lee in fucking AEW.
I'm sorry, but, Red Velvet's going to take a sidestep if AJ Lee comes in.
Right?
Just saying it as
instantaneous.
Absolutely.
Like, instantaneous sidestep. Like, I had the biggest crush on AJ.
Yo.
Same.
Like, I'm pretty sure that's why I like crazy chicks. But anyways,
well, that's her superpower.
Crazy is her superpower.
So AJ crawls so Shotzi can run.
You know what? You know what though? Let's not say that AJ crawled. AJ walked so Shotzi could run.
Okay, that makes sense too.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
go into
either one. I'm gonna shut up before I get like freaking anyways, before I say some shit that somebody might get mad at down the line, be like, did y'all see episode so and so when he said no? I don't need to do this. Anyway, into the first match, guys.
First match of the night at AEW Dynamite. Christian Cage versus Matt Sydal. I'm not going to stay too much on this except for the one thing that stood out the most. Well, the two things. One thing that stood out the most for me, and then what happened at the end. The one thing that stood out to me is that I can really see Christian working well as a heel.
Yeah.
And I think it would benefit him.
Most of Christian's highlights to me came from when he was a heel.
When he was a heel. Yeah.
But I want to see this older heel now. I want him to be like super entitled from like everything that he's been through to be like, hey, I've been a champ here, here, and here, and then all this and this.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I think it would make more sense, and then him just going through and then like competing against younger talent, because that'll keep him on this end of the spectrum, and then maybe competing, and then probably maybe deserve it of a championship. But I don't think that would happen until like this stuff over here, because when I watched this match against him and Sydal, like the way that he worked that match, I was like, there's some heel stuff going on here, and I like it.
Now that you said that, I just thought of something. The perfect role of Christian Cage. The perfect role for Christian Cage could be similar to Randy Orton's Legend Killer thing.
Oh,
it could be not so much the Legend Killer, but it could be more of, I guess, the Steam Killer.
Yeah, like a squasher.
Squasher. These streaks.
Yeah,
they building up these streaks. They building up steam, and they run into the wall of Christian. They lose, and they start all back over again.
He's called himself the gatekeeper.
The gatekeeper. And that way, actually beating Christian will be like, oh, so you really are ready to ascend to the next level. The gatekeeper. Thank you. That's a better way. He should be kind of like the gatekeeper, like all these people who's racking up these wins on Dark and Elevation.
They gotta get through Christian Cage.
Try your luck against Christian Cage, and if you could beat me, then but maybe
not if you can beat me, but if you can outwork me,
even better.
Oh, and then if they do beat him, then he can pull that whole one more match shit.
One more match. Yeah. Oh, that's great.
You know what?
I like that.
But to move past,
shoot it.
We got Taz coming out and getting on. Well, no, Taz was on commentary, and then Ricky Starks came out dressed pretty snazzy.
I didn't know he got hurt.
Neither did I.
Yeah,
neither did I. I mean, it makes sense.
Where from, but
I forgot what they said, but yeah, apparently he's been hurt.
Huh? Makes sense why he hasn't been around.
Yeah, that's why he came out all suited and booted Wednesday.
That was a look. I was like, all right, Ricky.
I guess it makes sense on why a match between Stark and Cage hasn't happened yet. So Christian Cage.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it was funny because during this match, I was like, you know what? It's one of the first matches, or probably the first match, where Dynamite hasn't started with a member or former member of the Elite.
Yep. Or kicking it off. Yeah.
But it's okay, because it did not end without that. Because sure enough, as the beatdown started to happen on Christian Cage and Matt Sydal, Hangman Page came out.
Provided by Brian Cage and Will Hobbs.
Yes.
And an interesting suplex toss from Hook, whatever that was. No.
Yeah. I just love how casually he just handed his drink to Starks. Like, hey, hold this for me, right?
Right?
Yeah.
Like he just casually just gave the drink to Starks. Like, hey, hold this for me because I'm about to go beat up your homies right quick. So please hold this for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I did
Starks
notice?
Had a free drink.
You know what I did notice though?
What?
that in the ring we had Christian Cage and Brian Cage and Hangman Page in a brawl.
Cage and Page.
Cage. However, is there not an Ethan Page?
Oh, they could have been. Yeah.
Can we please get that fatal 4-way already?
Oh, can you think about commentary on that?
That'd be amazing. Or can we just get Can we please get like Cage versus Page and on a tag match at least?
Yes. Let's get that.
Let's
got to get that.
Anyways, that's no. Ever since they signed Christian Cage, or was it Ethan Page? Since they signed one of them, there's been internet talk all over the place about all these people needing to finally have a match together.
Right.
Yeah.
It makes more sense now, because it's funny because there was already a Page and a Cage there, and then on the same night, a new Cage and a new Page debuted.
Yes.
Yes.
So
which was wild.
So now y'all have to do it. AEW. Book it.
Yeah, they have to at this point.
Just for the fucks of it. It doesn't have to be a reason or anything. Just book it. Just for the fucks of it. But yeah.
Make it for the go home Friday night. Anyways.
After this match, we got a nice little backstage segment. Look, Mox and Kingston again. Backstage, their promos every fucking time. They're dynamic. Everything. Sometimes I feel like I don't deserve their promos or segments because it's just good TV.
Right.
But it's okay because sometimes you don't think shit like that can be topped. But first, let me say this, because the way that Kingston said rappers, they're rappers.
Hey, rappers. They're rappers. It's like, and Mox is just like, they're rappers? It's like, all right.
Yeah, fuck it. But the Acclaim also had a backstage segment as well.
Oh.
And they did not. They didn't want to just let that go, because after Mox and Kingston came out to, new iteration of Wild Thing, the Acclaim came out, and of course, bars.
I was looking like Joe Rogan, like in that classic GIF, like where he's just
yes. Put it this way, wow. I mean, great. It's about to look that way. While you were Joe Rogan, I guess I'll be Daniel Cormier.
There we go.
Well, wait, does that make me John Akin then?
Yes. Yes. Oh shit. The bar. Hey, I don't know what it is. I am a big fan now of the Acclaimed. The Acclaimed have left. They have left the ether, and I kind of want them to succeed at some point.
Yes. Oh, they're definitely going to. If they don't, it's wrong. But yeah.
Well, Anthony Bowens has to recover first from that bum rush that he got from Moxley. Yeah. He was the moment that he didn't say anything.
No. I love the way that after he dropped the line of, hey, she want to invite me to some oral sessions. Session. He was talking about the podcast. She wants us on the podcast. And he goes, In the fact that JR, I love the way JR even made a reference. I think that should be the name of the company now. AEW. I honestly hated the fact that it had to be the Acclaim that had to take this loss, because Moxley and Kingston were going to be Moxley and Kingston.
Yeah.
They were going to get that title shot. They were going to get whatever. I hate the fact that it had to be the Acclaim that they had to beat, but we got some fire bars out of it though. So,
Yeah.
It was a nice glorified squash.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, and look, match aside, yeah, cool. We already knew they were going to win because it's already set up for them to go against Bucks. Look, Kingston, love Kingston to death. You know, good promo, good hardcore wrestler. You know, good all around in that aspect.
Oh, I think
but this half singlet, man, this half singlet. Look, when he started the match off in that T-shirt, I was like, "Yo, this attire, this shit works with Mox in his attire. Like all this is how it needs to be. This right here." But that half singlet, and like it just seems like it always throws me off because even when I first seen him go against Cody for the TNT title in that
he was in some gym shorts and a.
Was it shorts that he had on that time? Probably. But
that was his debut match, and if I remember correctly from his Talk Is Jericho interview, he had to sell his actual ring gear to get back home.
What, from there?
Huh? No, because Kingston was stuck in like the UK or something.
Oh,
and he had to like sell his gear to get back home because I mean all of his matches that he was going to do in the UK got canceled because of COVID. Damn. So I mean you don't wrestle, you don't get paid. So yeah, he had to find a way to get back home to New York.
Man, that's crazy.
That is, and yeah, I mean
again, man. Respect.
This is why I like Cody because he like while he was TNT champ, he was pulling people from everywhere. He's like, who wants to work? Like I'm a champ and I'm gonna beat you, but you're gonna get a check. Like so, like who wants to work? And shit, I mean, dude, they gave Kingston an entrance music when they didn't even have to. Like they're like, what do you want for your music? They told him all that. Like I just thought of AEW as a company. They're just doing things that they don't have to, and it's beautiful that they're doing that.
Yeah. Well. Again, shout out to Kingston and Moxley because again, look, they're going on to win and beat the Bucks. If they don't, I would be surprised.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
I think they're beating the Bucks.
They have to because they're dropping those titles to another heel tag team, and it's and after watching what happened this week, it's going to be
a heel tag team was going to be.
They're going to drop it to. I got two theories.
Well, after what was posted on Twitter, Dax Harwood is pretty pissed that Moxley and Kingston are getting the title shots. I think FTR will be the ones they'll drop it to.
Yeah, logistically that makes sense. But the Acclaim also makes sense too.
But you see,
now,
yes, the Acclaim makes sense too.
That's where you talking about Dax Harwood, I guess, brings us into this next segment.
Well, you know what? Yeah, we'll talk about that because the look, Hikaru Shida beat Rebel. Not surprising. It's just setting up for. Yeah, it was. It's fine because it doesn't. That match doesn't matter because Hikaru Shida needs to lose. Britt Baker needs to get the title. Period. Plain and simple. On to the next thing. The Inner Circle promo.
Beautiful.
I love this whole segment.
Everybody's parts were played perfectly.
It was.
Wait. Before we get to the promo. Yes, exactly, Loki.
Yeah.
I love the interaction between Jericho and Dean Malenko. He was like, "Hey, Marvez, you don't want to piss him off. That's the man of 1,000 hoes." And then Malenko, well, 1,004. I forgot some. I love it. Love it. I love it. I kind of geeked out at that little continuity moment. He was like, I forgot a few. And I don't know if y'all realize. Oh no, we'll get to it later. But yeah, the Inner Circle promo. Now, once we get done talking with this promo, I might have some news about the Inner Circle.
Ooh. Well, we're gonna have to put this Inner Circle one to the side for now.
Yeah, because we got to talk about the Pinnacle.
The
Pinnacle segment.
Yes, the Pinnacle promo.
Yeah, with the way that they played their parts and everything. Look,
it started off with Wardlow just being an absolute unit, chugging a bottle of wine. And then followed that up with, "I'll have another."
And then Sean Spears saying, "I'll have another too."
Yeah.
And that's and it was I like the little nugget.
That's where that
from
started.
that point. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then MJF started and just began to just run like,
well,
you're funny. My jerk off friend. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah. My jerk off friend. Ha 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 ha. What did he call them again?
I forgot.
Yeah, but no, just that little laugh track that he puts in right there is, oof. Anyways,
perfect.
Yeah,
and then you go from that to I don't know if it was Dax or Cash who started talking. I think it was Cash.
The bald one.
Dax.
Dax was the one that was talking. Cash wasn't there yet.
Okay. So yeah,
he was there, but he didn't talk.
And then as he's talking, it threw me off because then Sean Spears is like talking loudly to the fucking waiter. I'm like, why is that going on? And then when it built up, I was like, oh, that's fucking brilliant.
Isn't it though? Like,
yes.
Like, in service, all right, former food and beverage guy myself, but seeing that his glass had not even been touched because there wasn't even like a drop of wine or anything in there while everybody else's had been topped off. And then as Cash is talking, or sorry, Dax, as Dax is talking, they like pull the waiter over and he's like, he hits Cash, he hits Dax, and Sean is slowly just raising that glass up a little bit higher and like, hey, like you hear him just do that little like, hey, like, and then he tops, and then the waiter just topped off MJF instead. Then he comes around. Oh, like exactly. I was in the same boat as you though, because at first I was listening, but I wasn't fully paying attention to what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as I saw Sean just grab that waiter by the neck and put his head to table, I had to honestly pause it and go and rewind it for a second to follow the chain of events. That was the most, and he was about to break this shoot bottle over this waiter's head.
Yeah.
What was it? Who was it that said something? It was Tully. Tully's like, Sean, chill. And then he like takes that bottle and just smashes
it.
Oh, I would say this: if this is a new side of Spears we are about to get, I'm here for it.
Yes. And this is why I said it's
very aggressive.
Yes. You want because the thing is like this. Everybody is pretty much they pretty much play their part. MJF as the leader, Wardlow as the heavy, Dax and Cash as like the tag team. You know, the tag team, but at the same time they're like they're like the beat 'em like like Arn Anderson and Tully back in the day. They're those guys that you know, hey, in a fight you want those two at your side, but to have an unstable guy, and the reason I say unstable like that because now how apropos is it that we just had that fucking thing with Brian Pillman, the Dark Side of the Ring. If you look at the Hart Foundation and you see Brett, you see Jim the Anvil Neidhart, you see British Bulldog, you see Owen, you have British Bulldog, so basically you have British Bulldog and Owen as pretty much the tag team, Brett as a leader, you have Jim the Anvil Neidhart as pretty much like the pseudo heavy at times, and then you have the unstable Brian Pillman. It almost has the same beats along the way, and it's like that's exactly what the Pinnacle is somewhat missing, and it goes because it's almost like the evolution of, you know, his chairman persona or gimmick, and that's why I like it. So that's why it's brilliant, because just seeing that, it's like now it's complete for me. Now the Pinnacle is complete for me. Love it.
I like it. And forgive me for glossing over Dax's speech, because that did definitely allude to the fact that they will be soon in the title contendership. Because he's over here going, Chris, not only Chris, but he's like, guys, do you think we like beating y'all up? Like we shouldn't even be doing this anymore. We're like, we should be going and chasing titles. We should be putting gold around our waist. We should not be wasting our time with you guys.
And I'm glad that he said that too, because Oh my gosh. It makes so much sense because it's what really should be happening.
That's why I'm happy that this is only going to last one more week.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
And it just sucks that it's almost written in stone of what the finish is going to be, but I really want the Pinnacle to go over on this.
Yeah.
Just on principle.
Wait, what do you think the finish is going to be?
It's going to be the Pinnacle losing to Inner Circle because of the stipulation.
I think I disagree.
Oh,
look at Scooty.
Oh.
Jericho might have ruined it.
Interesting. How?
Fozzy is going on tour in July.
Huh.
So either Inner Circle wins and they go leaderless, or Inner Circle loses and they disband.
Huh.
That is interesting.
Yeah, Jericho posted on his IG, I think Monday or Tuesday, that Fozzy is going back on tour or going on tour in July. So I was like, shit, I think he kind of gave away the finish, maybe.
But
yeah,
that's still 2 months worth of material that they can run to like show like they could run a injury angle for Jericho and still have them win.
But his tour, I think it's from. Hold on, I think I have the image. Hold on, 1 second. Because the tour is from, I think, like July to September, I think.
Huh.
Yeah, the tour starts July 14th and ends October 9th. So unless they go leaderless for a while or they lose. So I might be wrong with the Pinnacle not being a stable by the end of this year. It might end up being the Inner Circle.
The Inner Circle. It depends on how much attention they are actually going to commit to the Pinnacle. I can definitely see the Pinnacle versus the Elite down the road.
Yeah. Yeah. I can. Yeah. Well, that's of course stating that the Elite that's go back to being faces, and Cody
two tag teams.
Oh yeah. That's true. But they're both heels, though.
Does it matter?
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
When you want to had it not been
exactly. Like, because Inner Circle is definitely a heel faction, but they're only faces in this case because actually there's still two heel factions just going after each other.
True. Interesting.
This is just a power struggle match. It's not even a face versus heel match by definition.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Still interesting. Now
it is.
But yeah, I part of me definitely does hope that the Pinnacle does go over. Only for the fact of just the idea of what the Pinnacle is and what they stand for at this point. Because I've been waiting for a 4 Horsemen-esque stable. And this is perfect right now. Love Inner Circle. Do not get me wrong. But
yeah,
it's just the Pinnacle just works so well right now. And I want to see justice for Shawn Spears. But with the Inner Circle, they also had a chance to respond and give their answer as to what it was. Spoiler alert. They accepted the match. Still no Santana. But each member got a chance to get on the mic and state what it is that they wanted. Basically, they kind of stated all the same beats as far as, hey, if we can't get the job done, we really don't deserve to be here or be a group. Sammy pulled the same deal of saying, hey, you got to make sure that you kill us. So I think that was Hager that said that you got to kill us, which I still hate that talking point. I don't think that needs to be a part of the discussion.
I mean, he was better on the mic this time around, at least.
Yes.
However, schoolyard bitches is it works, but at the same time, I just don't like that Hager was the one that said it.
Yeah,
I really don't like him on the mic.
But he was better, is all I'm saying. Like, he's not great.
He was. I will give him that he was, but yeah, schoolyard bitches is just. I wonder what really happened with Santana. Like what's going on with Santana?
I have no idea.
I would probably have to say either he got hurt or family stuff that he's dealing with.
It might be family stuff because they will say if he got hurt, then they'll mention Santana got hurt.
Right.
But for him to say, he got detained by the cops, then it might be some family emergency type stuff or something.
Or maybe he truly got arrested.
Santana got hurt. I mean, Jericho was out there with a big ass arm cast, so
yeah. That makes me wonder: is he gonna have that off by the pay-per-view, or all I know is that Friday is live, so we'll find out for sure.
Yeah. I don't know, man. but yeah, I mean,
do appreciate on the Inner Circle's promo that as soon as MJF addressed the whole "my jerk off friend" thing, Jericho dropped it and just started calling him Max.
Yeah, let me give you
just for the continuity point. I'm like, well, he's calling out the joke and how it's getting old, so we'll drop it.
Although I do like the way Jericho ended it, saying, hey, we're gonna dance all over your face and piss on your grave.
Yes,
like cool. I'm cool with that. But yeah, going from that and continue on with the show. Well, before I get into that match, Orange had a backstage segment with Callis and Omega, and for some odd reason, like the whole cheeky Kenny didn't come out. Like this I like Kenny in this role. Like when he's like pushing the whole EVP shit. So this isn't champ. This is the EVP talking. It's like, I want to see you healthy. Like I want to see you get the championship down the line. But you're a good mascot. We need a mascot. And I'm like, huh.
I did like that as well, where he's like, that power bomb that you got this ice on your shoulder pack for, or like that came off clean. You didn't come off hurt from that. That's just like the level of talent that I have. It's just up here. Now, come double or nothing, I can't guarantee that you might sustain an injury, or God forbid, I
kill you.
Kill you. Yeah, it's like God forbid I even kill you. Like so,
man said he could potentially die.
I was like damn,
that's some wild shit to say.
Like you can, now I'm thinking about how you can kill somebody in a one-winged angel. I'm like, if you don't tuck that neck, you could potentially kill somebody.
Yeah, and then him in Cassidy fashion, ripping the contract very slow and nonchalantly.
Not even the fact that he still had like the same like distanced look while he was just. And I love like the little flavor text Kenny put on top of that. Like he didn't even read it. It's like,
but and then Cal was having a backup saying yeah, we knew this was gonna happen, so that's why we made a backup. So take this. Right. Like don't rip it. Don't worry, you got to read it now. You got to say no. Just take your time. And we'll get your answer next week. It's fine. And then to double that or to backdoor that with Pac and his interview.
His intensity is amazing.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Amazing.
I don't see how WWE didn't utilize this.
Exactly. See, it was started with the king of the cruiserweight stuff. That like he revitalized the cruiserweight division.
Yes.
I mean, he made it relevant for damn sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and it's like,
however,
this is basically what we're getting now.
However, a name like Neville just doesn't really work for him.
No, not at all.
He could have been rebranded.
He could have came back as Pac in WWE.
Yeah,
they could have taken him off the TV for a minute, just like let him be missed, and like, hey, what happened to Neville? Oh, that's not Neville anymore. That's Pac.
That's Pac now.
Yeah.
Only bad thing was they wouldn't call him the bastard on WWE TV.
No.
But I do like how he kind of ended his segment too, where he's basically like, you know, who can deny the bastard now? It's like after everything that's gone on, and you see I'm unstoppable. Who can deny the bastard now? Now that I have my championship match, it's like if this was any other time, I would say he needs to get that fucking title. But I already know that Kenny's going over because he still has more. Which now that I think about it, now that New Japan title is vacant, it's almost like it's an open door for Kenny to walk right through and say, "Yo, I'm just saying."
As much as I want it, it's a little too soon.
All of it is too soon.
So this is a situation, right? This is a situation. How long is he still going to be the belt collector? Because in July, he fights Moose for the Impact TNA title. In August, he fights Andrade. So I don't see him beating Moose, and I don't see him beating Andrade. Mainly because he's held that AAA title now for like a year, 2 years, something like that now.
He's defended it like what, only a few times?
Yes. And Moose told Kenny, I'm bringing what's ours back home. You know. So I don't see Kenny holding on to all these belts.
Is it Andrade's debut match?
In AAA, I think so, unless he has another match, because I haven't seen nothing else yet. So I think this is going to be his first match back whenever he fights Omega.
If that's the case, then I see Andrade winning.
Yeah.
Now, it's a little more cloudy for Moose.
Well,
of course, the story with Moose is going to be how high is he going to get Moose up for the one-winged angel?
I mean, you knock out the referee and get the Good Brothers involved.
That's true too.
Or you distract them in some kind of a way like that.
Oh, that's it.
That's the only way I see that, because Moose definitely is heavier than Kenny Omega, and
because I remember way back in Ring of Honor when Moose had his win streak, and Cedric Alexander broke his win streak by cheating. So
yeah,
you know, it's a possibility, but I ain't even think about Kenny doing that. But I guess we'll see. That's if that relationship has been repaired enough for Kenny to do that. But I know Tama Tonga won't be happy about it.
Well, if Slammiversary is any kind of an indicator with your still that you caught, I mean, we could see Tama Tonga come across Impact.
That is true too.
If we're talking about Bullet Club showing up, who's likely to show up on Impact?
Well, we know El Phantasmo has. I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be more of the. I wouldn't be surprised if it's more of the Americans that show up.
Chase Owens and whatnot.
Chase Owens, the Gorillas of Destiny, maybe Hideo. I'm sorry, not Hideo. Kenta. Let me respect the man. Maybe Kenta. So we'll see.
We shall.
That might be the first Impact pay-per-view I might actually try to actively watch.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll definitely have to wait and see what happens with New Japan, and then moving forward with Impact, and then everything involving Kenny and his belt collector gimmick.
But we all in the agreement that he's walking out of Double or Nothing with the title.
Yes, absolutely. Unfortunately for Pac, but
yes, unfortunately for Pac.
Someone who also had an unfortunate night was Red Velvet, as she challenged for the NWA Women's Championship.
Was it for the title?
It was for the title. Which the thing is, I didn't
was.
realize that Serena Deeb was injured, which is crazy because I think she went like 2 or 3 months as champ without it being vacated.
Yep.
Deeb has been injured this whole time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And still held. Yeah, that's really weird.
Did y'all see Serena's shirt though?
I don't recall.
Serena's shirt says she is the woman of 1,000 holds.
Oh yeah, what's she? Yeah, I think what she is trained by Dean Malenko, and I think Big Swole is being trained by Dean Malenko.
Yes. I'm not gonna lie. There were parts of this match I thought Red Velvet was gonna win.
I really wanted her to.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I really wanted her to.
Once I started seeing more of the intensity of Serena Deeb, I was like, I don't know if she's losing this title right now. Because she was on another level. I guess maybe she was just happy to be back in the ring. But yeah.
I thought that whole absence had been her like wrestling at NWA.
And that's what I thought too.
Yeah.
But shit. I don't know. I'm glad that the NWA Women's Championship is back on the TV though. Because I do like another belt in circulation. Not sure how long that's going to be because I don't know what this partnership with NWA entails. But hey, I'm still all for it. And I think with Red Velvet, and that's a thing which also kind of crossed my mind when they start talking about like the rankings, because there's like, oh yeah, she's ranked 5th right now. So it almost like it garners. So I'm guessing their ranking also includes like the NWA championship as well, or the NWA Women's Championship as well, which I think is a good thing.
That's when she's not number 5 anymore. Then.
Oh, Red Velvet? Probably not. Probably not at all. But yeah, Serena Deeb definitely goes over. Red Velvet in a fighting effort.
Yeah.
Lost, but it was not a bad match for her. Oh, and just to throw that in there because it is Red Velvet. Jade Cargill.
Wait. Before we go. Red Velvet, though.
Red Velvet, though.
Like, straight out your mama's kitchen.
Like, I don't know what, like, that was some new ring gear. That was a whole new look, it felt like almost.
Like,
and trust me, I was looking. Sorry, you see, that's the shit that's what I'm talking about. It's gonna get me in trouble. We need to.
No, but see, look, that stuff's just gonna make shots. You get the strap.
Fear erection is the word for it.
Punishment time.
Yeah.
But
Scare out.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Jade Cargill had a backstage segment earlier in the night. I glossed over it because it's the same old.
Yeah,
I just need her to get in the ring. She needs to get in the ring. Like, cool that managers won her and all this other stuff, but
No, I want to see manager.
Yeah, I want to see her in the ring, like, because she's got talent. Like, we know she can talk now. Cool. Get in the ring, get your ranking up, and then challenge Serena Deeb. Give her some muscle to contend against.
I think Deeb loses to Thunder Rosa first, though.
Probably.
Nah.
Well, we shall see. Something I don't care about, but I care about. Anthony Ogogo and Austin Gunn. As I watched this match, because this is probably one of the first few matches that I've actually watched have them deal with the Factory. First off, Factory still looks like a put together nonsensical faction. Like, just looking at the aesthetic of them as a group, nothing. Now, they had a promo backstage where I listened to QT Marshall talk. Loved his promo. If this was just QT Marshall and Anthony Ogogo, I would have been perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Every attachment they have other than that is trash. It does not work for me. Anthony Ogogo in this match, his heel work is nice. The way that he does this whole punch thing and his whole it's still weird because it should be a one and done if you get hit. But I think this whole thing was meant to build up Austin Gunn's heart in a way and his grit. But I'm like, I just didn't care.
I didn't care. To be perfectly honest. Jaeger, thanks for the advice, because I did go and listen to Ogogo's promo. I am 100% on Ogogo side with this match. Like, I want Ogogo to win. Like, after hearing what Ogogo had to say, it definitely contradicts everything Cody said. And I hate that it's bogged down with QT and the factory. Maybe if it was just QT, like you just said, but with Solo and Camarado being there too, it's kind of But after listening to Ogogo's promo, and apparently he's going blind in one of his eyes or something like that.
Is
like, he? Apparently there's something happened to. I think he's going blind. Like, I think he's 75% blind in one of his eyes.
Yeah.
But I kind of see Cody as the heel and Ogogo as the face, even though technically it's opposite. But I want Ogogo to take it.
That promo. Okay, so yeah, when I said promo, yeah, I think that's what it was. The shit that you sent, Jaeger.
Yeah.
Where QT was talking, and then Anthony Ogogo started talking.
And then went to Ogogo.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, I 100% agree with you, Scoot.
Yeah. I'm on Ogogo side with this. No, people, I'm not saying I'm trying to be a British sympathizer. We're keeping it in the realm of wrestling. Keep this in the realm of wrestling, you dumbasses. I'm talking about when it comes to Anthony Ogogo versus one night only, the American Dream, Cody Rhodes. I want Anthony Ogogo to win. I'm not saying, oh, Britain is better than the US. Don't be a fucking dummy, people. Don't be those. Don't be those guys, because nobody likes those guys. I'm strictly talking about in the realm of wrestling and what's happening in wrestling, not real life. So please don't be stupid, people. We have to get that out.
Yeah.
Some of you fucking, you know what? I'm gonna stop right there.
Yeah, the match in itself, I mean, it was unnecessary. It was necessary and unnecessary at the same time. It was necessary to show Anthony Ogogo on Dynamite and showing what he can do as far as punishing someone.
Yeah.
But after the match with the whole weird stuff with the flag and everything, it just got
that was a little weird too. I didn't. It kind of felt more and more that it was going to lead to what I was saying about the whole flag match, but I guess not.
Shit. I mean, it still has a chance too, but I don't know. But yeah, I think Anthony Ogogo should technically go over. Because I mean, again, yeah, Cody's still gonna get on a showcase for Ogogo and make him look good, but I think Ogogo may need to go over, just to build up yet another heel for Dynamite. Because I think it's necessary.
I'm gonna go ahead and go on the limb and say that Cody Rhodes is to AEW what Sasha Banks is to WWE.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh,
absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm not gonna sit here and say this is important. It kind of is, but it's not. Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky had a interview segment in the ring. If this had nothing to do with Sting, if they had talking points on Darby Allin where this is going to be Darby versus Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky just talking shit to be talking shit, perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But the fact that this is basically a setup for a live in-ring match between Ethan Page, Scorpio Sky, the newly returning, not even resting Darby Allin, and Over the Hill Sting. I do not care.
I don't either.
I do not care, and I hate that I don't.
Wait. Is it me, or does Ethan Page really has a punchable face?
He does.
Thank you.
He's supposed to.
No, I mean, yeah, exactly.
No. I ain't talking about punchable face as a heel. I'm talking about just a punchable face, period.
Oh, in that aspect.
Yeah, I'm talking about then. Period.
He does like the type of person that would try to steal your girl in front of your face.
Yeah, not just smooth the fuck out.
Damn it! Why'd y'all have to say that?
Yo, all your ego gonna be on the floor along with you, laying right there. Drop you where you stand. Pick yourself and your ego up. Yeah, I said it.
I mean, I do like the pairing with Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page, but I do
too.
In this feud,
I don't like how they're not a tag team, but they're a tag team thing.
Yeah,
you know.
Either way, looks.
I just want to know. I just want it on camera why Scorpio Sky left or is not so much affiliated with SCU right now, because that was not addressed.
The most unanswered questions. It's going to be forever unanswered. You probably need a shirt made that said, "We need answers, Scorpio."
That's exactly my point, though. Like, the only time that we ever got any kind of a hint of what the hell's going on was because Christopher Daniels said something on BTE, which never got aired on Dynamite.
Speaking of, what did y'all think of Kazarian and Daniels promo?
Yes, for Kazarian.
Kazarian and Daniels had a backstage promo.
Yeah. Sorry, it took me a second.
I loved it because this
is good.
Again, Daniels is going to go backstage and do it because he was already doing that regardless.
Yeah.
Kazarian in this role, trying to take down the Elite. This right here, I think this is going to be the reason that that Kingston and Mox win those titles. Because Kazarian
I see that
interjects and then starts to cause issues. This could also be a reason why Kenny could lose to Moose, and Kenny starts. This would be the perfect thing. For
Kenny Kazarian to be the guy to like fuck up everything going on with the Elite.
Yes.
Oh my god.
That would be kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. Like you just kind of booked a pretty cool thing. Like he shows up to Mexico, calls Kenny the belt against Andrade. He calls Kenny the belt against Moose. He calls the Elite the tag titles.
And then this ends up
whatever how it goes, that would be kind of cool. Not gonna lie.
Then you build it up with Kazarian saying, "I'm put the final nail in the coffin. I'm going to take the AEW championship away from you," and he just fails at that. So he succeeds in everything else, but he goes up against Kenny, and you think he may possibly win, but then he loses.
Yeah,
but it'll a good build. AEW, book it.
Do it. Do it. I want this.
Again, I want no royalties. I just want good television. Just do it. Do it. But yeah.
Do it.
But from something I didn't care about to something I halfway cared about, Miro. Miro came up. I like how the main thing that came out of this that I liked. I mean, aside from the whole Lance Archer thing, we already knew that was going to happen. Don't care because we already know it's probably going to be a good big man match. Whatever, Archer's going to lose. The way that Miro feeds off the fans,
yes.
His whole thing with you want Darby Allin? Here's Darby Allin. Here's your Darby. Here's your face of TNT. Beautiful. Again, Miro and this whole vendetta against anybody that has gold, I like. That's about as good as that's going to get on my end. I don't know if y'all have anything to say on this promo.
I mean, other than the shit talking he was saying to Jake and Archer, that was it. He said, hey. If you get any closer to this ring, DDP Yoga ain't gonna save you, old man.
That was pretty damn good.
Yeah, that was a good line. And it's funny because if you watch when it cut to Jake, he was laughing about it too.
He was.
Oh yeah, he's trying not to pop.
Is it weird to me? Because I don't know if you noticed, but was it kind of weird to me? Well, it was weird to me. Was it weird to y'all to see that fact that Jake being old as he is, almost the same height as Lance Archer?
Right.
And the fact that he was trying to hold Archer back, and it was like, damn, I forgot Jake was tall. Because Jake was what, 6'7", something like that?
Yeah, Archer's like 6'8".
Yeah, so I forgot how tall Jake was.
Yeah.
It was just that visual of old man Jake trying to hold back Archer, and it was like, damn, I forgot Jake was tall.
A big guy. A big man.
Look, I hate that I'm going to say this.
Shouldn't.
I know I shouldn't, but I do hate it. But I did not care for the main event.
I'm going to say this right now. Not only do I second what you said, yes, I've criticized the Young Bucks before. If it wasn't for the fact that it was the heel Young Bucks, I probably would have just stopped watching the rest of the show.
Ooh.
I understand that.
This match was not my cup OT. Because once again, it's the problem with AEW. I knew who was going to win.
Yeah.
I didn't care how long it was lasting or how long it was going to last. I knew for a fact the Varsity Blondes were not going to beat the Young Bucks for the titles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and see, this is the problem that I have with this, because it's just how I talked about with Balor and Cross. You know, having something so soon and having it, if it would have been stretched out, this whole segment would have made more sense in their situation. This is the same thing for them. If you would have had the Varsity Blondes start going on a tear and then allows it to kind of build up and then start to have like this whole thing, because the only thing I hate is that since they had this whole Brian Pillman thing on like the Dark Side of the Ring, I felt like they tried to capitalize on that with the promo that Brian Pillman Jr. did.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know if that's in bad taste or what, but I felt like this is something that probably should have waited. Like if y'all going to build them up, saying like you talk about your legacy, talk about your history with the Bucks, you know, selling stuff at the merch stands and stuff in this, you know, you could have waited, let it build up to like a match with the Bucks down the line. But this also let me know that the Bucks are losing to Mox and Kingston, because them being champs now is why this match happened like that, because it can't happen down the line, because they're not going to be champs down the line in the near, at least for the rest of this year. After they lose, I don't think they're going to see those titles again until probably like the next year.
Who, the Bucks?
Yes.
I can see that. I can see once the Bucks lose, I can see them not being champs, at least like you said, sometime next year, if that. So I could definitely see that.
What are you doing, Luke?
Yeah, I mean, I see them competing probably for championships still, but as far as like getting them, no. Yeah, because I mean, you're gonna have Mox and Kingston with at least a good, I would say, 2 to 3 month run at the very least with these tag titles, because of the fact that they're just so damn good as far as characters on the mic, their demeanor. There is going to be a breath of fresh air in the tag division because of these guys at the top. And then when it comes to a head with them in the pinnacle, that's going to be a whole nother thing that goes on.
Hello?
So, yeah, it's – and then, of course, you look at FTR. FTR is going to run roughshod with these damn titles when they get them back. So, first ever 2-time AEW Tag Team Champs. Yeah.
I wonder if the Bucks title run maybe got cut short because of how good Mox and Kingston are, and they just weren't expecting it.
It's possible, because I don't know who else you would have them drop to.
The Bucks? I mean, FTR would be like, I don't know, next immediate thought. They beat Death Triangle. They beat They beat Pillman and they beat the Varsity Blondes. I can't even remember. Not Jungle Boy's name. Griff Garrison. There we go.
Not Jungle Boy.
I mean, again, it's another like thing about being or watching BTE is that like Griff Garrison is in the back or he's in their BTE bits and
always
they're like,
mistaken.
oh yeah, it's Jungle Boy, and then he turns around and it's like, oh, it's just Griff Garrison. but
Bucks win obviously. Mox and Kingston come out and they steal their shoes.
That was funny. like they took that shit back to New York. Like that was amazing.
And
took his socks. They put the socks in. Kingston put their socks in his pocket for no damn reason.
That was the best moment of them getting jacked for their shoes.
What, taking the socks too?
All of that. That was the only thing that made this match worth it was the fact that they got jacked for their Dior Jordans.
Yeah. I mean, hey, who knows if they're actually real or not, but
yeah.
It was a cool little
That's
moment.
what I was thinking about too. But we spent a fair amount talking about this week's wrestling and wrestling news. Scoot,
sure did.
You got any final thoughts on everything on the extensive list of shit that's going on this week?
I'm gonna peel back the curtain for you peeps out there and let y'all know we are sorry that this episode is a day late. Apparently, Mr. Deasley was writing so much heat. He was writing so much heat with his Justice for list that apparently he exploded the AC unit in his apartment complex, and he was setting off the alarms all night. So that's why this episode is coming to y'all a day later than it is. So, Mr. Deasley got us anticipating with these Justice Force lists because obviously he was writing so much heat that he broke an AC unit in his building. So
Mans was writing and spitting fire.
Obviously, he had some venom for apparently Charlotte Flair. But yeah,
praise for Oscar.
Other than that, I'm excited for Double or Nothing next Sunday.
Yeah,
I am. I'm excited to see about the fans coming back in WWE, especially them coming to Houston first and everything. I might go. I don't know yet.
I'm definitely gonna try to.
Other than that, I mean, wrestling was pretty good. I mean, I had no issues with NXT nor AEW. I mean, of course, fucking Everrise decided to show their fucking faces in that segment. Like, seriously? Like,
we have welcomed a proud new member to the Fuck Everrise camp.
Everrise. Like, who are these guys? The only wins y'all get on 205 Live. Like, 205
if they're on Jake Atlas, or Van Atlas level, like, if they didn't come out with the... You know what? I think that's the only reason why they have the cups, because otherwise we would not know who the fuck they are.
Like, really, though? Really, though? You interrupt Dakota and Raquel. You couldn't find no other people to interrupt or stick your nose in business. You do it with Dakota and Raquel. Raquel, of all people. I'm glad she smacked fire out your ass. She smacked the rise out your asses.
Let's say karma came full circle for that.
She smacked the rise out of Martel.
She smacked the rise out of him.
Their new name now is just Ever.
Hey, you know what?
Will they ever get off my goddamn TV?
You know what? She smacked the rise out of him so hard that he fell flat.
He fell flat. He fell flat. And tried to worry about his stupid ass cup. Man, fuck that cup. Man, fuck that cup. Is my cup okay?
I bet on the inside of that cup it says like #1 wrestler or something. So he just
fuck that
keeps
cup.
Believing that about himself.
Everrise.
The audacity.
Everrise.
The sheer
audacity. Raquel, I'm glad you smacked fire out of that chump.
Disrespect.
Man, fuck out of here. Jaeger.
Yo.
Jaeger. What you got for the people, Jaeger? What you got?
What do I got? What do I got? People. I am here today to tell you that Shotzi Blackheart's about to be a 2-time women's champ. In the tag teams coming soon. But damn, Loki, you see Loki's on board. He's all about that. However, sad night. Red Velvet took an L, but she's gonna be all right. She'll get up there. She's gonna wear that belt at some point. One of the two. But
absolutely.
Yeah, you see, he's got the palm. You're like, I'm with you on this. Oh shit, maybe not. What's wrong with Red Velvet, man? Anyways, Mark Kingston, damn. He's as you can see, Loki is full on here for Mark Kingston. Mark Kingston? That's actually kind of funny. What? Anyway, he wants the screen time. Oh no, now you don't want the screen time. Yes or no? Yeah, that's you. All right, bye. Overall, good wrestling. A couple of bits that were misses. Just like Anthony Ogogo versus Austin Gunn, who we don't see unless you're watching Dark. But, if you would have given me somebody else that could have jobbed that out, who could we have used? I don't know. But Austin Gunn was appropriate because he's part of the factory and whatnot. We don't see much of the Nightmare Factory. I mean, we see the factory plenty, but we don't see the Nightmare Factory as much.
No, not at all.
Which is weird.
I'm personally, I'm happy about it, but I wish I could see less of the factory too.
I mean, Go-Go could be getting something out of this, but
yeah, Go-Go needs to go solo.
I like that. Loki's up for it. But Mr. Deasley, how did you feel about this week in wrestling?
A lot happened. The biggest thing is, the fuck Everrise camp is growing a lot faster than I assumed that it was gonna grow, especially getting the NXT Women's Champion on board, along with Dakota Kai.
It's a big gain, and also a small gain, but that's just size statures here.
Exactly, and of course, Scoot is like the big heater now. I never thought I'd see the day.
Oh,
I never thought I'd see the day, but just like McDonald's, I'm loving it.
There you go.
But yeah, I mean, that's my big takeaways. I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen moving forward. All the title changes that just happened. And moving forward into what happens at Double or Nothing. So keeping my eyes to the sky in the future.
Hold on. I have one more takeaway. Patrick Clark, Velveteen Dream, or wherever you be in, I'm pretty sure it won't be Velveteen Dream. Patrick Clark, yeah. I need you to get it together. Clear your cases, clear your name. Figure you are too talented of an individual. Get it together, my guy.
He's only 25.
24. Well, he might be 25 now, but yeah. Get it together, Pat. Come on, Pat. You're way too talented. Please, get it together.
I do have something else I want to weigh in on. WWE, stop fucking firing people when you don't need to. Case in point being your latest NXT releasings. You just did a partnership with, who was it again?
MLW.
You just did a partnership with MLW and you, as you announced, use your less utilized talent. But then you let go of 10 people. I'll say 2 were justified.
Yes.
Yeah. I still don't get it. I still do not get it. But I mean, we haven't said it in a while, but WWE is going to WWE.
WWE is gonna
WWE.
But yeah. Oh, one more final thought on my end. R.I.P. Aaliyah.
Yeah.
You know, just somebody help Robert Stone and Jesse Kamea to go recover her body and revitalize her.
The pimp and the geisha.
Yeah.
Basically.
There you go.
Why?
I don't know why that makes so much sense now. But yeah.
But never do that again, please.
Either way, Scoot, let them know where they can find you.
You can find me at the ScooterRay on IG, Twitch, and TikTok, and YouTube, all of that. Of course, once again, if you want me to go on the diatribe, I'll go on the diatribe. All smoke. And as I'm saying this, the Street Profits are on the TV right now as I'm telling y'all to bring me the smoke. So look how serendipitous that is. That the Street Profits are on the TV as I'm telling y'all to bring me the smoke. I want smoke. That's where you can find me.
Smoke.
Mr. Jaeger Bombastic, so fantastic.
Let them know where they can find you at.
Well, let's see here. I'm on the Instagrams. I'm on the Twitches.
Ooh.
I'm on the Twitters. I'm on the Xboxes, the PlayStations.
Oh.
And newest release, the TikToks.
That's 6 places, people. 6.
Please bring me
seven if you count here.
Something to talk about. If you wanna try and come at me in an argumentative way, I can tell you where you can redirect that energy to that guy. Now,
that guy.
Now, if that guy has done hurt your feelings, and you just need a hug, shoulder to cry on, ladies, I'm talking to y'all. But I mean, guys, I can be a bro to you. It'll be okay. Like we'll have a beer. I'll let you cry. And then he said, like, that's okay, bro. But but who you're really gonna need to go to, my guys. You really want to just start feeling better about yourselves.
I even do y'all one better.
Ooh.
The ladies, after I hurt feelings, can go to him. The men, after I hurt their feelings, go to this guy. And tell them why they can go to you, Mr. Lip Dizzle.
Oh, see, he's saying that because I have this thing called Lifestyle One Up, this podcast for positivity. You know, you get your daily dose of shit. He's saying that because it might make you feel better. Look,
I mean, 500 plus episodes, man. That's got it.
It's possible. There may be something that's alluding to you receiving this, you know, the retaliation from wanting the smoke from Scoot. I'm positive in some way, shape, or form out of the 570 plus episodes that there's something there. You may find it. I don't know. But on the other hand, just for the bullshit, just hop down a Lip Dizzle on IG, you know, your Twitters, your Twitches, not Twitch anymore, but probably gonna go on YouTube, period. And then the TikTok, yeah. So you know, but that's a little nugget. We ain't talk about that yet. We probably going to, but yeah. But that aside, until you hear our beautiful voices, see our handsome faces again. First and foremost, a too sweet to my bros. Bada boom, bada boom, bada boom.
Damn.
But as I said, until next week, with more than likely, you'll probably see us twice in 1 week. Probably on Wednesday, probably Wednesday, Thursday, and then, you know, Saturday before Double or Nothing. But as always, until next time, tag